Today we are putting every player in the NFL back in their prime, their best version of themselves, and we're putting all of those 32 teams with their new and improved rosters, some more improved than others, into a 32-team tournament and crowning the absolute winner. And to make sure I got as many people involved as I can, there were a ton of people in free agency that had obviously really good careers, really good peaks to themselves too. So I went and I put those players on the team that they were kind of most associated with. If they were sitting in free agency, they're in the tournament now. We got Zeke on the Cowboys, we got Beckham on the Giants, we got Stephon Gilmore on the Patriots. Bunch of great players, but let's look at the tournament bracket. What I've decided to put together here is having all of the winners of each division be crowned. So the first and second rounds will just be trying to find who is the winner of each of the 8 divisions, and then round 3 and on till the finals will be the 8 division winners. We'll go down to 4, go down to 2, crown a winner. You know how a tournament works. Let's get started though with the AFC North. I'm going to show you all of the rosters that these teams have. We have prime Joe Flacco. Some roster moves I didn't want to fully, make to make things a little bit more entertaining. Like, it wouldn't be entertaining if I just put Joe Flacco on the Bengals and have him sit on the bench. But, Joe Flacco on the Browns makes a little bit more sense here. We also have them with their best version of their offensive line. Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, all those guys good again. So we have the Browns actually maybe being a legitimate team. Tashaun Gibson is just sitting around. He was on the Browns. And for the Steelers, this is where maybe the biggest individual upgrade happened, going from current Aaron Rodgers to prime Aaron Rodgers. You also get, a rookie Chase Claypool. You also get Robert Woods, who was an 1,000-yard receiver as well. So for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, they actually have a bit of a chance here. You obviously got TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward. It's not just that, though. The cornerback room, the Steelers might be one of the favorites here because you get a prime Jalen Ramsey, one of the few 99s that we have, and Darius Slay as well. I know there's probably going to be some ratings disagreements. It's going to be impossible to please everybody, but I tried to scale things a little bit so that, just don't make everybody a 97, 98, 99, because then that would just kind of be pointless, because not everybody was a 99 in their prime. And, Madden ratings are just also really inflated. And I did what I could to make things, 1, scale correctly, 2, make sure that, we were able to differentiate the legend players from the good players, from the all-pro players to the solid players, and 3, if you just make everybody a 99, the gameplay just isn't as good either. So I did the best I could to make sure the gameplay was good, and we actually let the best of the best shine through here. So, I know there's going to be rating disagreements. I expect that to be coming. But for the Cleveland Browns here, they put the ball in the end zone, and it was starting off to be what seemed to be a Steelers domination here. But look at Jaylen Warren go with a juke move after a 16-10 score in the fourth quarter. We're going to be covering the fourth quarter of these games, a full 15 minutes as Aaron Rodgers play action down the middle and a completion to the red zone. And having the Steelers at the prime Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I think that's where you're sitting here and saying this is one of the absolute odds-on favorites. I guess you can go and let me know at the start of this tournament, comment who you think is going to win, who you think would win, as Jaylen Warren and Caleb Johnson get the job done in the backfield for a touchdown. 24-10 is Joe Flacco taking over, and even though he's got himself an improved offensive line, the Steelers' pass coverage might be too much. Jerry Jeudy with the completion to him, 50-yard line, 8 minutes to play. Flacco, pressure coming in, and they get it out for a 5-yard completion. Second down as Flacco to the air. They're staying perennially in the air as it is David Njoku for the first down. They go Quinshon Judkins to the edge, and he's losing yards as Cam Hayward got in there with a couple of others. Third down and long. 6 minutes to play. Flacco is going deep. He wants to make this a one-score game right now, but Jalen Ramsey was down there and forces the incomplete pass. Fourth down and 11 for Flacco, stepping up. Maybe your last chance. Flacco, he's going to run for it. Flacco not going to get there. Flacco, I made sure he was a little bit more athletic, I guess, but not that athletic as the Steelers take over. And now with the 14-point lead and 5 minutes to play, Rodgers got the first down. DK Metcalf for the first, as he's over 100 yards on the day, 45-yard line. Rodgers as Jonnu Smith And that's another first down, as it looks like the Steelers are going to be able to put this thing away. Rodgers play action down the field, and DK incomplete. Third down. Browns need to stop it the worst way, as Rodgers down the middle. DK Metcalf, touchdown. And the Steelers wrap things up. The Browns are the first team eliminated. And the Steelers will be going on to take on the winner of the Bengals and Ravens to crown our first division champion. As we will be getting a little look at the stats and everything, as Rodgers played a pretty typical prime Aaron Rodgers game. Efficient, no turnovers, and he did everything he had to do. DK Metcalf as well, 132 yards. Robert Woods got 89 yards. And for sacks, TJ Watt still getting 3 sacks on this Cleveland Browns offensive line that was much improved. Let's move over Baltimore, Cincinnati for a trip to face the Steelers, as the Bengals offense, it's going to look fairly similar. I did give them back Tyler Boyd and made him pretty decent as their number 3 receiver. Mike Gesicki a little bit better. Orlando Brown a little bit better as well. But for the most part, it's still going to be a pretty rough offensive line. On the defensive side of the football, Trey Hendrickson's still great. And Logan Wilson gets the flashback a couple of years when he was like a Pro Bowl linebacker caliber player. But the Bengals didn't get a lot of improvements. However, the Ravens, how about 2 of the 99 overalls? And you get a prime DeAndre Hopkins, 97 overall. You get Mark Andrews, Ronnie Stanley to be a little bit better as well. So the Ravens offense is looking even better, and you get some boosts on defense. Nothing too crazy, but you get Roquan Smith for a couple of years in the past too, because he played a little bit better football a few years ago. Jair, Marlon Humphrey, having, 2 of the top 10 corners that we have here, and it's 27-13 as Justice Hill getting a carry, and Hill actually has 7 carries as Lamar to the air underneath. And he'll have Zay Flowers. He's got a clean 3 touchdowns on the day. And Lamar gonna run for it. And Lamar Jackson, he is falling forward for a gain of 13 yards on the play and into the red zone. Trying to go up by 3 scores as Derrick Henry loses yards. Demetrius Knight and Shamar Stewart got in there. 3rd down and long. Down the field. Oh, it's caught, and a touchdown for Mark Andrews. And the Bengals go down by 21 with the extra point, and Joe Burrow has got to figure out something here with just 11 minutes to play. I'm going to try to make sure I give every team a chance at victory here when it comes to staying in and not leaving too early. But if the Bengals don't put up points here, it could be all over. And here goes Chase Brown. Oh, Chase Brown is gone. And out of nowhere, it's a 61-yard touchdown for the Bengals. And for stuff like that, maybe, just maybe with 10 minutes to play, you could come back from 2 scores down. Now as Lamar is going to throw to the outside. 3rd down conversion to Mark Andrews, running through a defender. And Lamar in his 4 touchdowns, he's looking for number 5 as Jackson on the ground. Not going to get much on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down and 7. Design, draw, and Lamar with a little stutter step. I don't know what that was, but it works for the 1st down. And now we go into Bengal territory with a screen to Derrick Henry. And Henry, it takes 2 guys to knock him down. 3rd and 4, you're in long distance field goal range as Jackson. He's going to scramble, and here goes Lamar again. Inside the 15, down inside the 10. And Lamar scrambles for 31 yards. And the handoff, here's Patrick Ricard, the fullback. Touchdown, Ravens. And another 21-point lead at Cincinnati. I mean, even in their primes, they can't have any good defense. You don't got Lou Anarumo, you don't got Jesse Bates, you just still only have Trey Hendrickson, really. He has Burrow to the air, and he will have a 1st down. Yeah, this still looks like typical Bengals stuff. Burrow, X Factor, Burrow is going to have an incomplete pass. Marlon Humphrey all over Jamar Chase, and it's 4th down as Burrow takes the shot down the field, and Joe Burrow delivering touchdown. With just 3.5 to go, extra point 2 is blocked. And it's going to be a 15-point game. Onside kick. Ravens pick it up, and feels like that will probably do it, barring any sort of turnover here. Lamar on 3rd down to the air, 1st down. And that was Rashad Bateman. Handoff to Henry. And they will end up just settling for a field goal after making the Bengals burn all their timeouts. But this field goal will make it a 3-score game, which does put an end to it. 44-26. So the Bengals, as per usual, cannot play any defense. and they are going to be going home, meaning we have a little Ravens-Steelers action, which is going to be a lot of fun. Lamar, incredible game. Only 5 incompletions, but he had 4 touchdowns, and he also added 80 yards on the ground as well. Tyler Boyd puts up 100 yards, so good on him. And DeAndre Hopkins had 2 touchdowns as well. So, you know, like I said, I'm trying to scale things here so we could actually, you know, not have everything be too overpowered. Jair, Roquan both get interceptions as we go to Steelers, Ravens, and the winners of the first division, the AFC North, will be crowned here. It's 17-10, and I got the Bumblebees on the Steelers. I'm going to be messing around with the jerseys just because I like some of the old jerseys. I feel like it's a very polarizing one. I'm a fan of the Bumblebees. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I wanted to put them on them. So Ravens gonna have a little keeper for Lamar Jackson. They're down by 7 at the start of the 4th quarter, but they are driving, and inside the red zone it goes draw. Henry gets past the line, runs over a defender, and Henry's gonna set up 3rd and 6. It's 10 for 23 for Henry, so a rough day as Lamar finds a man. It's caught, and he's fighting for the end zone. Zay Flowers, touchdown to tie things up. And the Steelers turn to Aaron Rodgers to see if they can go back on top in this one. 25-yard line. Over the middle, that's caught. It's Chase Claypool. And for a 22-yard gain, Claypool to the 47-yard line. Play action for Rodgers. They go underneath. And it is Chase Claypool again. This one only for 4 as they go from about midfield. And look who they are finding. Everybody, it's Robert Woods now. And only a matter of time before, yeah, they go. DK Metcalf. All 3 receivers getting involved. Now a little fake reverse play action. And DK Metcalf spinning off a defender, and Metcalf to the red zone. And this passing offense proven to be really difficult to stop. Anamde Matabike with the sack and slowing down Rodgers. 2nd and 15, pressure in. He gets the completion off, gets the sack yardage back, sets up 3rd and long. Rodgers stepping up, throwing in the flats. He's got Jalen Warren who gets by, and Warren to the 1-yard line. 7.5 to go. Hand off to Caleb Johnson. And in back-to-back games, Caleb Johnson finishes off a drive with a touchdown as it's 24-17, and Lamar Jackson getting his legs going once again. 40-yard line. Henry, can he finally do something? No, he can't. Just another 3-yard gain. And even in the 4th quarter, Henry can't get going as Lamar takes a shot deep in coverage, and Bateman had his hands on it but incomplete as it's 3rd and long. Jackson is gonna find Zay Flowers again, getting by Jalen Ramsey. 37-yard line. Lamar steps up and fires one to DeAndre Hopkins. And a little back and forth battle. Can they tie it? Jackson finds a man over the middle. Diving grab for Mark Andrews. Jackson has 300 through the air. And a keeper now. Option touchdown. 24-24 Lamar leads his team down for a game tire as it's now Steeler football with 4 to play. Robert Woods gets a 7-yard grab to open the drive, and now play action for Rodgers. Floating one down the middle, and nice deflection there. That was Jair. 3rd and 3. Rodgers with the rusher picked up, and it gets it out in the flats. It's Jonnu Smith wide open. And with 3 minutes to go, they go with a little keeper, Aaron Rodgers. Hey, this is prime Rodgers. He can run a little bit. 9 yards as Rodgers outside. And it's another completion and another first down. 43-yard line. You're basically in field goal range with this run as Jalen Warren. Oh, he's going all the way. He broke the tackles. Jalen Warren. How about that run? Right at the 2-minute warning, the Ravens have to go and do it again. Lamar, you got more great plays in ya as Mark Andrews goes for 10. 1.5 minutes to play. Lamar to DeAndre Hopkins for the first down. 1 minute to go. They're taking their time on this one as Lamar floats it over the middle. Hopkins again. And they're at the 29, burning our first timeout. Exactly 60 seconds in running as Lamar tries to go and scramble, but Cam Hayward wraps him up. We go 2nd and 9. Lamar down the same. Mark Andrews, he can't hang on. He had it in his hands. And instead it's 3rd down. Jackson scrambling and is brought down again. He only gets 3 yards, in which is 20 seconds to play. 4th down the middle to Andrews. What a hit! And it jars it loose. Mark Andrews couldn't hang on again, and it's gonna lose the Ravens the game. Mark Andrews. So both games has been Bengals can't play defense and Mark Andrews can't hang on with the game on the line. So I think pretty realistic so far, as the Steelers are the first division winners. And DeAndre Hopkins went for 179. Woods went for 100. That Jalen Warren run was pretty great, too. Kyle Van Noy, 2.5 sacks. Ramsey and Jair each with a pick. And let's move on to our next division. I think a really fun one of the more interesting ones, the NFC East. We start with prime Russell Wilson, 96 overall. And yeah, I mean, that's big to have not only that, but Odell Beckham. So it's, I mean, Andrew Thomas as well. Healthy Andrew Thomas, which is great for the Giants. But this is also one of the teams that took one of the bigger jumps because you got an elite quarterback, an elite wide receiver. You still have a guy like Dexter Lawrence, Bobby Okereke, and then James Bradbury was also just sitting around. So I thought, yeah, we'll throw him on the Giants as well. And for the Cowboys, you get Dak, and you get to also have Ezekiel Elliott at a 96 overall, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Obviously still going to be great receiver duo, Tyler Smith, Tyler Booker, Terrence Steele, so nothing changes on the offensive line. For the defensive line, you get a little bit better of a Kenny Clark and a Dante Fowler, and then in the secondary, you get boost to Deron Bland, you get boost to Trayvon Diggs as well, but generally, I think the Giants took a bigger leap here, and Russell Wilson to Odell Beckham on the first play is going to be a short gain. Scattaboo is going to have it a 4th and inches from the 38. They're going to actually kick the field goal here, as it's 28-10, and the field goal, no good. Dallas needed that break for the field position, as Dak needs to pull out something here. They need a touchdown this drive, a big hit on Zeke, but it will be a 5-yard gain as Dak over the middle. Completion and another first down. It's actually been a pretty rough game for Dak. That puts him over 100 yards on the day. The Giants getting this D-line. It's already really good, but then you get some help on the back end. You know, Drew Phillips can stay in the nickel, but you also get James Bradbury a little bit better with a Javon Holland. It's down the middle of the field. That's a good throw from Dak. Just couldn't hang on to it, though. 3rd down and 5. They go to Zeke. Breaks the tackle, and Zeke for a first down to the 28-yard line. As the Cowboys keep their drive going, Dak to the outside. Here's CeeDee Lamb for 10 yards into the red zone. 3rd down and 1. They go Elliott, and Dexter Lawrence comes in for the big stop. And the Cowboys settle for 3, and it's going to make it a 2-score game. But man, that's rough to have 2nd and inches and not even convert for a first down on either try at it and settle for a field goal. Now you got to hope for a stop here. 3 and out for Russell Wilson. No, it's completed. And a first down, Wan'Dale Robinson getting involved as now from the 48-yard line. They go to handoff right up the middle. Devin Singletary, remember he was like okay once upon a time. As Singletary up the middle, and there goes Devin Singletary for a big run. 89 yards on the day for him. As they go 28-yard line, Russ play action underneath, and there's another completion and another first down. Daniel Bellinger to the 5-yard line. It's not even Ben the Superstars getting involved. It's Devin Singletary and Bellinger and Wan'Dale Robinson as they go from the 10-yard line. Over the middle, there's Malik Neighbors. Sets up 3rd and goal from the 3 as they send pressure. Free rusher up the middle. Russ breaks out of the sack, but not 2. What a hit. And the Giants settle for 3, but it really makes you think that the Cowboys should have probably went for it when they had the chance down there in the red zone as Ezekiel Elliott for a big run. And there goes Zeke again for another nice play. You just haven't been able to run it very much, though, because of your situation. As Zeke on the angle route, and there goes Ezekiel Elliott. He's down to the 2-yard line. And, well, he's still getting involved quite a bit, handing it off, and it's Javonte Williams to finish off the drive, and a quick touchdown for the Cowboys to make it a 2-score game again with 4 minutes to play as the Giants now looking to seal things. Russ underneath for another easy completion. The Cowboys are just giving it to them, and I guess that's what happens when you have Matt Eberflus as your D coordinator. You can't play much defense, so again, pretty realistic, I feel like, as Russ on the read option. He's got Jermaine Illuminor out there. He's not even blocking anybody. He was just running 2nd and inches as they go Singletary. Another first down, and this one might be all over Russ on the keeper. Here he goes, Russell Wilson for 21 yards. as Russ, yeah, just keep on running the football. Cowboys can't stop it. Thank goodness they traded Micah Parsons to help their run defense, because it's working out quite a bit as Devin Singletary runs it in, seals the game, 38-20. Giants come out on top pretty easily in that fourth quarter. Even though the Cowboys had some good offensive moments, weren't able to really do a whole lot because you just couldn't stop anybody. And Russell Wilson ends up with 4 touchdowns on the day. Devin Singletary goes for 116. Zeke had a nice game, 91 yards, and he had good reception numbers. He was their leading receiver. Beckham goes for 100 yards and a touchdown. Neighbors 70 yards and a touchdown. And everybody got involved. Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, each with a pair of sacks. So let's head over to the other NFC East matchup, Washington, Philly. And I think Washington might have the best team here because, I mean, you know all the veterans they have. We go Hurts, 99 overall, Saquon Barkley for the Eagles. Jahan Dotson gets a little boost. There you go. You get rookie Jahan Dotson. I mean, not a lot of boost for the Eagles. I did boost up their offensive line because it does get underrated on the interior. They just jack up Lane Johnson, but not really anybody else. On the defensive side, again, not a lot of upgrades. The Eagles are just a good team now. You do get, I guess, Adoree Jackson being a little bit better, and you get, that's about it. Washington, meanwhile, you get Austin Eckler, 90 overall. You get a prime Austin Eckler. You get a prime Deebo Samuel. So you get Jamison Crowder on your roster as well. You get Zach Ertz, Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Sheriff, Sam Cosmi off of injury. You also get a prime Von Miller, 99 overall, Bobby Wagner. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore, Kendall Fuller, Jonathan Jones also as well. I mean, this team, I think, got the most cumulative, overall jumps because, I mean, Washington does have the oldest team in the league because Ron Rivera couldn't draft to save his life, so they just had to pick up a bunch of veterans, and, well, you get all of them in their prime, so that's one of the benefits to this video. Washington's up 28-14, and down the middle, a wide open Devontae Smith for a score. And what is this? Jalen Hurts downfield passing is the first unrealistic part of the video as Jaden Daniels gets sacked. Loss of 1. 28-21 your score, though, as Jaden floats one outside. There's Zach Ertz for a first down to the 39 as Washington will go right down the middle. And here's Jamison Crowder. He's only a 78, so it's not like I jacked him up or anything. But, hey, Jamison Crowder once upon a time had like a 700-yard season as Jaden Daniels up top. And there's Terry McLaurin, one of the best contested catch receivers in the league. Coming up with another one there as Eckler inside the 5 and down to the 4. 59 yards on the day for him as Jaden to the air. He's going to run. Jaden is fumbling at the 1, but it's scooped up by Zach Ertz. Huge job from Zach Ertz to save the drive and let Jaden sneak it in for a touchdown to take a 2-score lead once again. There are a couple of teams that I would say are outright, these are the favorites. I think, like I said, Washington, the Steelers are one of them. There's a couple of other teams we'll get into, Giants maybe even. So, I mean, if Washington takes care of business here, a game against the Giants is going to be one of the bigger ones of the division champion battles as Jalen Hurts, they tried to sneak and he didn't get it, and then they try it again and he didn't get it again. Okay, the game's realistic. They just do Jalen Hurts sneaks. He has 8 carries for 8 yards as they go with Austin Eckler on the ground, and it's 3rd down and 6. Thank goodness the tush push is not in this game as here goes Jaden Daniels scrambling inside the 15-yard line and to the 12. Daniels has his offense rolling, keeping it again. This time he goes down for a loss. And Washington, though, still set up in field goal range to go up by 3 scores as Daniels, very clean pocket, no pass rush. Even though they got 2 spies, Daniels will just take it down for a 4th down field goal try, and it is good. 38-21, the Eagles have maybe one more drive left if they want to pull something off here as the completion to the 45-yard line. Here goes Hurts on play action. He's rolling. Hurts, he's got pressure, and he's down. And a sack for the defense as Hurts to the air once more. And again, on 3rd and 15, they will get it closer, 4th down and 3. But Hurts, read option. He's going to try to go for the first down. He's mad. He's not going to get it. Jonathan Jones and Quan Martin down there to make the tackle. And with under 4 minutes to play, Washington will just add on a little bit more and win it 41-21. And the Eagles, I mean, they were a good team, but they got basically no real additions. I gave them some boost to their offensive line, like I said, but other than that, they didn't have many players, unless you want to go crazy for prime Adoree Jackson. But Washington was just overpowered with some of the players that they have. I mean, having Terry, Debo, Ertz all at their best, and then Eckler too, and then Von Miller, who I only gave out like 15 99s. Von Miller is absolutely one of them, and Bobby Wagner also being like a 98 as well. So I mean, look at this though, 5 forced fumbles in this game, but no fumble recoveries. So good fumble luck on both sides as we go to Washington, New York. A big matchup here as we take over in the fourth quarter. Washington up 13-3. So the defense is doing their thing in Washington, and Russell Wilson struggling as we go play action. And Washington, keeper, Jaden, first down. And again, using his legs, as now using the legs of Austin Eckler, who goes up the middle, and Abdul Carter meets him. And they'll give him a first down, a bit of a generous spot, I'd say, as they go fake, and now give it to Eckler again. They faked it to Terry, gave it to Eckler. He's got 6 more. Second down and 4. Play action. Daniels down the middle. It's caught! Terry McLaurin in contested coverage again. Second and long from the red zone. And an open man. Eckler down for the touchdown. Austin Eckler out of the backfield. And it's 20-3 Washington. And Malik Neighbors, Odell Beckham, you got to do something here. Well, there's Odell Beckham to set up third down and 1 as Russ hands it. Devin Singletary, no, he tried to sweep it wide, and it's not going to work. Fourth down and long. Russ is just going to take a shot deep. Russell Wilson, Malik Neighbors catches that one right over Jonathan Jones and keeps the Giants' hopes alive in this one. And they'll have it at the 23. A little fist bump from Bobby Wagner. I think he respected him for that catch, as they'll have it as a QB sneak. Russ getting past the line, dives down for 7 yards. Third down and 3. Blitz sent in. Russ finds the man, and it is Wan'Dale Robinson on the middle, as Russ will keep it in the air. And Russ will now scramble once again, and Russell Wilson takes it in with ease. And it's 20-10 now, so right back down to a 10-point game with 8 minutes to play as Washington's offense takes over with Austin Eckler. And look at Austin Eckler. I mean, that's a pretty impressive 1-yard loss, I'd say, because he put Dexter Lawrence on the ground and put another broken tackle on the board, too, as Jaden hit as he's throwing. That's a 3-and-out for Washington. Giants take over from the 38, and Devin Singletary will have the run for a first down. Singletary's playing pretty dang good for like an 80 overall player, as here's Scadaboo. Speaking of playing pretty dang good for a low-rated player, Scadaboo gets a near 20-yard run, as it'll be Russell Wilson outside. Here's Theo Johnson, and Theo Johnson running for 25 yards and right back down inside the 10. Can they cut it to a 1-score game? Beckham on the bubble, nowhere to go. Third and goal from the 6. Russ is going to try to scramble like he did last time. Russ tries to dive in, but he's stopped. He tried to dive in from the 1. This is a coward move. Field goal from the 1-yard line. Come on, what are you doing? You don't trust your team to get 1 yard. You got prime Russell Wilson. You don't think he can get 1 yard? It'll still be a 1-score game, though. 20-13. Jaden with 3:30 to play. The Giants trying to make this comeback. It's 3rd and inches. Eckler's reach didn't quite get it. Jaden sneaks it. He's got it, even though it was a good play on defense. As now they go. Clock ticking. Giants going to have to start using their timeouts. And now it's a fumble. Oh, get it. And it's Austin Eckler. Oh, my goodness. Jamison Crowder put it on the ground, and Eckler came in and swooped that in. That might have been the Giants' chance. Eckler makes them burn their final timeout. 3rd down and 10. Deflected. And okay, well, the Giants will have a try at it. 2:30 to play, and they'll have no timeouts. And Russell immediately fumbles the ball. Scooped up Washington. You immediately gave it right back. And Deebo Samuel, look at him fighting. Oh my goodness, the fumbles are ridiculous right now. I don't even think that was a fumble, but Deebo will still scoop it up. Eckler gets the first down. That is your game. Washington wins the NFC East. So we have the Washington Commanders, Pittsburgh Steelers, 2 of our 8 representatives in the final 8. And we will have to move on to what the next division has for us. Russ really did struggle. I mean, no touchdowns, under 60%. He ran for a touchdown on the ground at least, but I mean, Odell Beckham, 6 catches, 41 yards. They tried to get him involved, but it just didn't go his way. And again, a little bit of a fumbling issue here. A couple of forced fumbles once again, but Washington was able to scoop them. But we go to the AFC West now. And we go to the Chargers and Raiders. You get a prime Keenan Allen. You get a little bit better of a Najee Harris. Herbert, you get your offensive line healthy. I know the interior still kind of stinks, but you at least get them all healthy. And you got Alt, you got Slater, you get a prime defensive player of the year, Khalil Mack, and Bud Dupree off the bench, who, you know, was okay at one point. You also get Denzel Perriman, who made a Pro Bowl a couple years back, was one of the better run-stopping linebackers in the league. Dante Jackson, who, you know, we restore his 97 speed from what he used to have. And you get Tony Jefferson as well. Raiders, meanwhile, you get Geno a little bit better. You get Raheem Mostert when, you know, once upon a time he ran for like 200 yards in an NFC Championship game. Brock Bowers, I mean, like the Raiders, I do think are one of the lesser teams here because you don't get a whole lot of boosts. But, I mean, Max Crosby's still going to be great. Tyree Wilson still stinks. You get Jalen Smith at an 80 overall. You also get Devin White, who, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to grasp at something here for this team. You get Devin White, Jalen Smith, Raheem Mostert, and a better Geno. Hey, have fun, I guess, but hey, you're keeping it close right now, 20-17. Chargers on top, but Raiders with the football. And if you lean on Brock Bowers, maybe you have a chance with a big play there. 25-yard line, handing it off. Raheem Mostert, you got the speed, and Raheem Mostert to the 3. And it will be 1st and goal. Geno is going to run for it, and Geno Smith. We get Seahawks Geno, not whatever Geno we have these days. I don't know what's going on with him, but hey, he's not going to be throwing 30 interceptions on the season. He's got a rushing touchdown, and the Raiders are on top. Don't let Justin Herbert lose another game that he should probably win, and he's got his team healthy this time. I don't even know, like, hey, there's no excuses for Justin Herbert. Come on, guys. Don't let this happen. It's Najee Harris. Both eyes intact, knee intact, and he's got a 1st down carry as the Chargers moving it on the ground past midfield as Najee Harris again, another 1st down. He's got 73 on the day, 28-yard line, handing it off. Najee to the outside, stiff arm, and running around another defender. We're just running through contact as he's going to lose yards, but he's tough to bring down as they go Keenan Allen with 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 8. Nice grab as it's going to be a 1st down. They go a little end around. Keenan Allen on the keeper. Keenan Allen for 8 yards. Not the way I'd use Keenan Allen. I'd more so just try to get him over the middle. Instead, Landon Roberts gets a sack. 3rd down and 7 for the Justin Herbert-led offense as he gets pressured again and sacked again. And now you got a decision to make here. Probably going to kick a field goal, though. Malcolm Kuntz gets the sack, and they will kick it on 4th and 14 to make it a 1-point game. And the Raiders take over. The Raiders could pull this one off as Geno over the middle. It's going to be Brock Bowers again. You can't bring him down. Brock Bowers is having himself a heck of a game. And Geno's over 200 yards on the day. Under 7 minutes to go. They toss it out, and Mostert loses 4. Geno blitzing in. Geno stepping up, and it's not going to go down as a sack. He will get a yard, but it will be 3rd and 13. They got a screen set up, and he'll just throw the ball in the dirt. Concede possession there as you go back to Herbert on offense. And here goes Herbert. Got Tyler Conklin for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 as they go handoff. Najee Harris gets a lane. Najee Harris! And Najee Harris! Can it go? He's tracked down by Jeremy Chin, but Najee to the 24-yard line. Keep it to him, and he's going to lose a yard this time. 4 minutes to go from the 25 as it's going to be Conklin for a short completion. 3rd down and 9 as Herbert is going to go outside, and that's a grab for Ladd McConkey to the 11. Herbert looking for the touchdown. He's got it. Keenan Allen. Touchdown right in between 2 defenders. And that's what Keenan Allen was doing back a couple of years ago, finding the end zone and making tough catches. As now for the 2-point conversion. With under 3 to go, they swing it out on a screen, and he's not going to get it. Jalen Smith with the stop, and now the Raiders, hey, could go on a game-winning touchdown drive, as that's a completion for Jacoby Myers to the 35-yard line. Geno is going to find Myers again, breaks a tackle, and Jacoby Myers for a first down. 2-minute warning hits. Geno is going to go to the outside, and it's Jacoby Myers again. Get a guy on Jacoby Myers. What are you guys doing? As they go outside, now it's Brock Bowers. They had 2 defenders there, but Derwin James couldn't keep up with them. Minute 30 to play. Geno outside. He's reaching, but he's not going to get there. He caught it, though. 3rd down and 1. They're taking their time on this drive right now as they get another first. And Mostert out of bounds in the red zone. Geno is going to find Jack Bash inside the 10. Timeout used now. I don't think you needed to use it as that pass over the head of his receiver, Trey Tucker. 2nd and goal. Geno is going to find the screen into the dirt again. 3rd down and goal. Geno screen. It's Mostert. He makes a miss. Raheem Mostert. Touchdown with under a minute to play. Are the Raiders going to pull this one off? Could they be maybe our little Cinderella team right now, as the 2-point conversion is good? And Jacoby Myers, what a drive for him. 40 seconds to play for Herbert, and he's gonna find Ladd, but it's short of, like, very short completion. They have to burn a timeout. Another one to Ladd. 2 4-yarders and 2 timeouts gone. Now Ladd again, inbounds, another timeout. Just like that, you've lost all of your timeouts and you're at the 45-yard line as they go underneath. Ladd for a 4th straight completion, and they gotta hurry back to the line. 11 seconds to play. 10, 9, 8, completion, and he's inbounds. No, it's gotta, hey, time running out. 2, 1, clock expires, and the Raiders win it against the Chargers team that I thought was pretty decent. I thought the Chargers had a chance to maybe not go all the way, but I wouldn't have been stunned. But instead, the Raiders win. That's our first, I think, like, major upset of the tournament. Geno Smith goes for 2 touchdowns. Herbert played a nice game. It just wasn't enough. Najee Harris played really well. He had a 50-yard run. He had 100 yards on the game. Raheem Mostert, though, did his thing. Brock Bowers was insane, 126 yards. And, man, I mean, there's not much you can do there. Jacoby Myers got all of his production on that last drive, it feels like. And no pass rush, really. I mean, look at that. A prime Khalil Mack did absolutely nothing. We go to the Broncos and Chiefs now. For the Broncos, on offense, you get a little bit better Cortland Sutton, a little bit better Evan Ingram. You get Garrett Bowles a little bit better. Not a lot from the Broncos, really. Mike McGlinchey as well. On defense, though, Nick Bonito. It's hard with guys like Nick Bonito who, like, right now are breaking out. Like, it's hard to gauge them to know if Nick Bonito should be, like, a 90-something overall yet. But, you know, again, scaling it with the rest of the players. You get Justin Simmons back. And then for the Chiefs, you get a young Juju. You get a young Kareem Hunt. And you get to add that to your receiving core. You get Travis Kelce in his prime at a 99 overall. You get Creed Humphrey, obviously great. Trey Smith is obviously great. You get Jawan Taylor in Jacksonville, who was okay at least. Chris Jones, I mean, when he's putting in the effort, he's good. Leo Chenal's awesome. So the Chiefs, I mean, they're already typical Chiefs, but they're a little bit better with getting some more weaponry on offense. Like, this offense should be unbelievably good. It's 24-24 Mahomes scrambling, and he's got the football inside the red zone. 41 yards for Mahomes. He shouldn't have to be his team's leading rusher like he is these days, but let's see as they go Travis Kelce's way. Kelce fumbled the ball, it stays in bounds, but it's scooped up by Kareem Hunt. Oh my goodness, Chiefs caught a break. What's new? I'm not even really a Chiefs hater, to be honest, but hey, you know, they catch a lot of breaks at times as they go Kareem Hunt. That'll set up 3rd and goal from the 9. Hunt's got 117 yards on the day as Mahomes end zone. Travis Kelce is gonna have it for the score, and it's 31-24 for Bo Nix. What do you got, Bo? As they get a short little completion there. And it'll be 7 yards to Evan Ingram as Bo will find Marvin Mims now. It gets Bo over 300 yards on the day. I guess if there is one aspect of the Chiefs team you could attack, the secondary didn't get much improvement, really. I mean, it's just Trent McDuffie back there. So I guess keep on attacking as Bo play action. And he will fire one down the middle. Oh, it's caught! Marvin Mims right over Trent McDuffie and a touchdown. McDuffie should be the only one not letting that happen, but Marvin Mims just did that for the tie. What a play. And now with 11 to go, they go back to the Mahomes-Kelsey offense, 6 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. Mahomes finds his receiver, Xavier Worthy, for the first down to the 48-yard line. And you got just so many more weapons for Mahomes. You don't know who he's going to. Kareem Hunt for a first down run as Mahomes quick drop short to Juju Smith-Schuster. And, you know, this is, remember when Juju was a 1,400-yard receiver? Seems like forever ago. Same thing with Kareem Hunt not being, like, incredibly just big and washed power back. And Kareem Hunt, once upon a time, had some juice. And then he did some things that he probably shouldn't do, as there you go, right up the same to Travis Kelce again. Touchdown. Yeah, prime Kelsey's a bit of an issue here, as it's 38-31 with 7.5 to go. And Bo Nix, well, I don't know if you're getting another crazy play over Trent McDuffie's head, but let's see as they go J.K. Dobbins for 4 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and 1. Little fullback dive. And, well, they got it. As now we go down to 6 minutes. Bo, pump fake, and Nix to Courtland Sutton for a first down. Just keep on finding guys like Courtland Sutton. He's the guy you got to lean on here. He's your top receiver. Bo from midfield will go outside. There's a lot of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. Didn't find anybody open, but can't be giving him that much time. 5.5 to go as Nix will have another short completion, but this one will get nothing. Basically, I mean, 1 yard, 3rd and 9, right at midfield. There you go over the middle. It's going to be Sutton. Oh, he stepped forward him and gets around the defense. Courtland Sutton. Touchdown. And again, out of nowhere, this Bronco offense strikes it big. And they are pushing this Chiefs team to the limit. And could we have, I would say, another upset as Mahomes misses his man. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Mahomes finds Rashee Rice. No suspensions here. 1st down and 10. They go with a little run to Kareem Hunt, who they finally get to stop him for a loss, as it'll be 2nd down and 12. Mahomes, double coverage really, but Kelce still brings it in for a short completion. 3rd down and 6. Mahomes will get hit as he's throwing. That ball deep. That was still a pretty decent throw for the fact that he got hit as he was throwing. Not able to bring it in, though, as Bo takes over. Could the Broncos manage to do this? Oh, it's Courtland Sutton again. Sutton. Bo Nix has got a 450-yard day. Nix gets it to Sutton again. And they're in field goal range. Sutton's got 200 yards. As here goes J.K. Dobbins. And now this field goal's looking like it could be a chip shot. And the Chiefs probably going to have to start burning timeouts. And they go underneath. It's, yeah, timeout Chiefs. 1.5 minutes. Run up the middle. Not getting far. 3rd down and 5. Will the Chiefs be able to get the football back underneath? Courtland Sutton. 1st down. And the Broncos can run up this clock. Bo, you don't need to throw it, but he will. Right at the 1. Oh, he fumbled the ball. You've got to be kidding me, McDuffie. And now Mahomes has it, and he almost just... What are you doing? Okay, they just end up taking it to overtime from there. What in the world? The Chiefs, with some serious luck on their side, to force that fumble at the 1 yard line. Pick it up and take this thing to overtime, where they will have another try at it. The Broncos will have it first. And here goes Marvin Mims for a first down. Bo Nix, he's approaching 500 yards on the day. He came into the 4th quarter with under 300. And Chris Jones gets a sack. 2nd and 16. Bo down the field. And Sutton can't bring it in this time. 3rd and long. Will it be a Chiefs stop? Chris Jones forces a disruption. And the Chiefs in sudden death. Can they actually pull this one off out of nowhere? In typical Chiefs fashion. Running. It's Kareem Hunt. Hunt gets a couple, and it's 3rd down and 5. Mahomes, who's he looking for here? Is going to Worthy, and he can't hang on. Xavier Worthy forces the punt with his drop, and now it's going to be sudden death on the other side for the Broncos to try to overcome some of the issues that they have had in putting this game away. They had that fumble that Travis Kelce had inside the 10 and that they somehow couldn't pick up, and then they fumble at the 1 yard line on a game-winning drive. So can they do it this time? Will it be 3rd time's the charm? Incomplete! And they tried it for Sutton. They are just flinging the ball downfield to Sutton every single play. And guys, hey, number 35, Chiefs. Hey, get back on sides. What are you doing? Play action, Knicks. Oh, he finds Sutton on the other side. Cortland Sutton. I guess it didn't matter. It did not matter that there was offsides. Cortland Sutton. How in the world did you let that happen? And the Broncos beat the Chiefs. What a Bo Nix threw for 555 yards. Oh my goodness. What in the world did the Chiefs let happen there? That is something that I have not seen anything like that before, where a team just hits the fourth quarter and Cortland Sutton goes for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh my goodness. Everything. Like, they just... that is insane. That is an insane way to end because, like I said, Bo Nix went into the fourth quarter with under 300 yards. He left with 550 by the end of the game. And Cortland Sutton with the big plays left and right. And now you get an unlikely Broncos versus Raiders matchup to determine who wins this division. And right now the Raiders are on top. I'd still call this an upset if the Raiders won. Even though the Broncos, I thought they upsetted the Chiefs, I still think the Broncos are better than this Raiders team. I really think this Raiders team is like one of the worst teams that we have here. But they are still fighting their way through. Geno for the first down. And at the 46-yard line, Geno is going to have a completion. Trey Tucker reaching, and he has 10 yards on the play. As it's 3rd and inches, Geno sneaks it again and another first down. As pistol formation, they go Mostert for a loss of 1. And it'll be 2nd down 11, 36-yard line. You are in field goal range, but you're going to get a lot closer with Trey Tucker to the 15. As now the Raiders, can you go up by 2 scores? They're going to just keep it. Geno Smith on the design run. 8 yards for Geno. 2nd down and 2. Mostert on the screen, and he's not going to get far. 3rd down and 5 from the 10. Floating it up top. End zone incomplete for Jack Bech. And they'll have to settle for a field goal. Kick is good. 20-14. Still a 1-score game for Bo Nix. I don't think he's got 500 yards, and I don't think Cortland Sutton's having a generational performance this time, but maybe I can be proven wrong here. Play action, Bo underneath, and there's Dobbins for 2. 3rd down and 5 on the play for a 42-yard line snap. Bo Nix is gonna find Cortland Sutton for the first down. What has gotten into Cortland Sutton here as Nix to the air? It is again a completion. And again, solid gain. 2nd down and 1 now. They put some tight ends in the game, and they'll go with the J.K. Dobbins run for a first. 35-yard line. And the Broncos slowly but surely moving the football as they got 4 more blitz sent in from the Raiders, and they beat it as it's Marvin Mims, who's also been really good. Red zone opportunity. Broncos hand it, and Dobbins inside the 5, down to the 1. Goal to go. Handing it off. Dobbins is right at like the half-yard line. As now 2nd and goal. Dobbins loses 3. 3rd down and goal. Now you gotta throw it. Bo running. He's in. Bo Nix touchdown with 3 to play. And the Broncos, the extra point for the lead will be good. And the Raiders, can they come up big once again with another game-winning drive as they go underneath for Thornton in a gain of 5. Geno will go right side. And there's Brock Bowers. Will he be having as big of an impact? Him and Jacoby Myers late last game came up big. And right now it might be Trey Tucker coming up big. There's 18 yards on the play. And we're down to the 2-minute warning on 2nd and 6. And Geno floats it up for Jacoby Myers again. Jacoby coming up big in the big moments. And it's 25 yards out. Dante Thornton gets 7 on the play. And the Broncos with just a minute and a half to go. Let Geno Smith keep it on a read option. He won't get far. Timeout Broncos. 3rd down and 1. And Mostert can't get there. Broncos are going to have a chance at this as the field goal is good. Denver, you got about a minute 15 to play as Nix is going to find his man for a catch and run. There you go, back to the line, guys. 49 seconds to play, 1 timeout remaining, and a big hit. That's going to be costly. Those 4 yards were not worth the time that you just lost. Nix now with 20 seconds to play. Oh, he threw a pick. Darian Porter. He doesn't need to go all the way, but he will. Touchdown. Raiders win it. I feel like every good tournament needs a Cinderella story, and maybe it's the Raiders, as they are moving on to the final 8. And Geno Smith, Raheem Mostert, Jacoby Myers, and Darian Porter, they're moving on. Broncos, after their insane game, go out. And Bo Nix, I mean, he only had half as many yards as he had in the last game. Definitely a comeback down to earth moment for Bo Nix, but man, that is surprising. Courtland Sutton, another 9 catches for 95 yards for him. So, good game there. Benito got a sack, and Darian Porter with the game-sealing pick 6. We are going to move on now to the NFC South, as we start with a Buccaneers-Saints matchup. For the Saints, you do get a little bit of a boost. Now, you're still stuck with Spencer Rattler, but Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Brandon Cooks is a really good offensive unit, along with having Chris Olave still. The issue is, yeah, you're still stuck with Spencer Rattler at quarterback. On defense, you get a rookie Chase Young. You get Cam Jordan, who, you know, was at his best, was a Pro Bowl, all-pro level player. And you get Demario Davis with a boost. Cornerback room still is pretty bad. You get Marcus Williams, Von Bell. I mean, you just are stuck with Rattler for now. And then with the Buccaneers, I mean, look at the weaponry here. It's just ridiculous because Emeka Egbuka's amazing. And yeah, I mean, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin before his hamstrings and knees imploded on himself. You get Hassan Reddick before the Jets happened. You get Shaq Barrett when he had 19 sacks. How about Quan Alexander as well? And Deion Jones. I mean, that's a lot of nice little boosts for the Bucks. So I really like what the Bucks got going on here. 16-6 is your score. And Bucky Irving for a first down run. Baker Mayfield, MVP Baker Mayfield. If I were voting right now, I'd vote Baker Mayfield for MVP, but he's not getting the sneak on 3rd down. So they got to punt it over to Rattler in the offense for the Saints as Alvin Kamara. And Alvin Kamara is getting 14 yards. The thing that I will always remember Alvin Kamara for is every single running back who could do that, catch a football in the draft, was compared to Alvin Kamara, which is just ridiculous because I don't think people understand just how good Alvin Kamara was in his best years. Even though he's never like gotten 1,000 rushing yards in a year, that didn't matter because Alvin Kamara was out here putting up 800 seasons like it was nothing. As the sack comes in on Rattler, that's Kalijah Cansey. And it's 2nd and 17 for the Saints as Rattler will find Chris Olave. Move it to 3rd down and 15 as Rattler with time is eventually running out. He throws it away and they'll have to settle for 3, which means it will be a 1-score game, but they have yet to find the end zone in this game. Just 9 points, 3 field goals on the board as Baker will throw for his man, Chris Godwin. And, I mean, imagine if you had all 3 of those guys at their best. You have Mike Evans with his 1,400-yard season. You have Chris Godwin with his, like, I don't even know if he might have made All-Pro one year. I mean, he had, like, a 1,300-yard season. And then Emeka Egbuka right now. I mean, imagine you got all that right now. It would be unbelievable as Baker on 3rd down and 2 will run for Baker Mayfield. Emeka Egbuka out there in front, not blocking anybody, but Baker still gets a first down as now nickel blitz sent in. Mayfield going right, throws it back middle, and it's a wide open Bucky Irving for 21 yards inside the 10-yard line. And Tampa Bay going for that 2-score lead once again. Bucky, 2 yards out, 2nd and goal. Quick pass, Emeka Egbuka, touchdown. Well, there you go. That's your 2-score lead right back. And Spencer Rattler's only got 6 minutes to go. You got a bunch of weapons, one of them being Alvin Kamara. But what do you do with them as Alvin Kamara would have stayed in bounds there? That would have been pretty crazy, but he got 8 yards. But just another screen. I mean, this is peak Saints offense right here without Drew Brees. Just dump off to Alvin Kamara every play. as Rattler will go left side, and there's Olave, first down and more, and Chris Olave to the 36. I haven't seen any of slant boy Michael Thomas anywhere. Instead, Rattler will find Brandon Cooks for 5 yards, and he's wrapped out by Zion McCollum for just a 3rd down and 5 now. That is, I believe, Jawan Johnson for a first. Antoine Winfield was not happy about that 1st down as they send the blitz in, and it gets through, but a dump off to Alvin Kamara is going to get them. I mean, instead of losing maybe like 3 or 4 yards, you only lose 1 as Rattler, 3rd down, giving it to the end zone. Oh, it's caught! And that is Chris Olave. And the Saints back within 1 score. Spencer Rattler holding his own right now. And can the Bucks put this thing away? Play action, rolling out. Baker to Ibuka, and he breaks the tackle, and Ibuka for the 1st down. 1 more should do it as they go handoff to Bucky, and Cam Jordan gets him down for 4. 2nd down and 6 as Bucky Irving again. 3rd down and 4. Gonna go maybe in the air. Yeah, he will. Baker Mayfield. And quick pass. No, Evans couldn't hang on. And the Saints are going to have a chance at this one as they go Taysom Hill. He'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker, and they got to have that sense of urgency. 1:30 to play as they're at the 36. Rattler on the run, and a nice strike. Taysom Hill in traffic. All right, who I'm thinking you'd be thrown to in this situation, but you got just 40 seconds to play. You go outside Cooks out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 1, 34 yards out as Rattler just flat out misses an open receiver. 4th and 1. They go Rattler on the option, and, well, you get the first, but you don't get it by much, and you're in bounds. You got 8 seconds to play. Rattler down the middle. It's dropped, but honestly not a bad drop because he probably wouldn't have scored there. You instead get a Hail Mary, and for the overtime attempt, it's incomplete. And the Saints did give a bit of a scare to the Buccaneers, but the Bucks survive, and we will move on. Panthers-Falcons will be our next matchup, and a very odd one that will be when we get into the quarterback situation there. Baker, though, I mean, yeah, he's doing his thing. Alvin Kamara, how about a typical Alvin Kamara game? 5 catches, 70 rushing yards, 100 all-purpose, usual stuff, as Hassan Reddick also got 4 sacks in that game. It's ridiculous. And Kool-Aid got a pick. But yeah, Panthers-Falcons is going to be an interesting one because Kirk Cousins is the quarterback for the Falcons. And we're going to have a little bit of a old head QB matchup. The Falcons, though, aside from that, don't get many boosts. You get a decent DJ Chark who had 1,000 yards once upon a time. The offensive line catches a little bit of boost, but the D-line is pretty young, aside from Leonard Floyd, who you're going to get a little boost to. I mean, obviously, James Pierce and Jalen Walker aren't going to get anything. In the secondary, you get not really much, to be honest. And then for the Panthers, you get Andy Dalton. It's Andy Dalton versus Kirk Cousins. I mean, yeah, Rico Dowdle. Hey, if we're basing it off the last 2 weeks, Rico Dowdle could be like a 90-something overall, but we'll keep it conservative for now, I guess. Panthers, I mean, you get a nice Hunter Renfrow, who was an 1,000-yard receiver. You get maybe about it. Like, neither of these two teams received a lot of boosts. These were 2 of the least impacted teams. And oddly, I would have thought this would be an even matchup, but no. It's actually the biggest blowout of the video so far. Panthers 45-14. And Kirk Cousins just couldn't do a dang thing as he gets outdueled by Andy Dalton. Sure. Andy Dalton throws 6 touchdowns. Sure. And Kirk Cousins throws 4 picks. All right. Yeah, that lines up. Hunter Renfrow had 4 touchdowns at 135 yards. All right. Yeah. I mean, Chuba also had 150 receiving yards. Morgan Fox 3 sacks. I mean, I try to give teams the benefit of the doubt when it comes to like blowouts and stuff, but if you get beaten that bad, it was 45-7. Ain't no reason we hop into that game. But now I guess the Panthers, I mean, they'd be among the most unlikely teams to win this entire thing. And can they take out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to move to that final 8? I got the Buccaneers rocking peak jerseys here. They were rocking the away creamsicles. Genuinely one of the best throwback jerseys there is. So maybe it's a little unfair for the Panthers because they don't got jerseys nearly as cool as these, as the Bucs are actually playing it pretty close. The Panthers, they're hanging in there. I mean, Dalton just threw 6 touchdowns, so maybe he's got something for his, prime, I guess. Like, I don't know if Bengals fans really rate the Andy Dalton prime, as there goes Rico Dowdle for a first down. I mean, it's hard to rate the Andy Dalton prime, especially when you got a Joe Burrow now and you're just kind of sitting there depressed because they can't take care of him. But hey, Andy Dalton, there he goes from the goal line outside. Pass is right at the 1, maybe the half-yard line, I'd say, as, yeah, Dalton will sneak it in. And hey, we are tied up. And Andy Dalton hitting the dance moves here. 21-21 as we go Baker Mayfield back onto the field. Pistol formation, they go with a motion. They go with a slant to Evans. And Mike Evans for 7 yards. Baker actually not having a crazy good game as he'll throw left side. Abuka reaching. Abuka first down. And that is an impressive play to keep the chains moving as they go with Bucky Irving for 5 yards. Got 53 yards on the ground today. 8 minutes to go. They go outside. Bucky gets the edge. And Bucky for 9 more as Baker. They're going to go QB draw with Baker Mayfield. And he's going to get 6 yards as they'll go throw this time around. And it is Chris Godwin for the first. And hard to cover all these receivers, even when you are there. They are able to make good contested catches, and then Chris Godwin will get some separation from this very poor Panthers secondary as the check down out of the backfield. Oh, what a spin move from Rachaad White for the touchdown. And Rachaad White is going to give the Bucs a 7-point lead. 5.5 to go. You're going read option with Andy Dalton? Hey, Andy was never that type of dude. I don't know what you're doing here, guys, as Dalton is going to throw it deep on 3rd down. It's going to be incomplete, 1-10. They'll have to punt the football away and let the Buccaneers go into that 4-minute offense as there is just over 4 to go and trying to run out the rest of this clock as Mike Evans for the first down. As time will keep on ticking, 3:20 to go. Toss it out. Bucky got some blocking on the edge. J.C. Horn brings him down, but not before another first. And Panthers gonna have to start burning some timeouts now. 2.5 to go. And a delay a game for the Bucs. All right, yeah, making a little bit of a mistake there. 1st and 15. Bucky losing 3 yards. And now it's 2nd and 18. Baker over the middle. Mike Evans 1 yard shy. But now for the first down, Baker not able to get it on the sneak. Instead, they'll kick a long field goal. McLaughlin hits it. 31-21. And Andy Dalton's going to need to work a little bit of magic here as Ted McMillan is able to get a big completion to him to the 39-yard line. But with just 60 seconds to go, 1 timeout, you sorely need an onside kick even if you do put up points. 30 seconds to go, though, from the 19. Dalton completed. But, yeah, that's your last time out. And now from the 8-yard line, 1st and goal, Dalton is going to throw one way outside. I don't know why you'd do that, but yeah, I mean, 20 seconds to go. We're down to the last play of the game after you hurry back to the line. Dalton underneath, and you will not be able to cut it to a 1-score loss. 21 points is all Carolina ends with, and the Buccaneers are the winners of the NFC South, as we have half of our final 8 crafted. Now we move over to crown the other 4 division champions. As Baker Mayfield, 84 completion percentage, very efficient game as Bucky Irving finds the end zone twice. Rachaad White finds the end zone twice as well, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, and Hunter Renfrow got a touchdown. Let's move on, though. Go back to the AFC and the AFC East. Jets, Patriots. As the Patriots are a ridiculous team. Let's go through this. Drake May. I think they were the team that got helped most by free agency. So you get Stephon Diggs at his peak, which is all-pro wide receiver. Hunter Henry gets a little bit up. But how about 2 offensive linemen, Shaq Mason and you get David Andrews, you get Matthew Judon, you get Christian Barmore with a boost, you get Jawan Bentley as an 82, so like Stephon Gilmore's a 99, and having also J.C. Jackson, remember when he had like 8 interceptions for the Patriots, Jabril Peppers, and Kyle Duggar. For the Jets, hey, Tyrod Taylor's starting. Remember Tyrod Taylor made a Pro Bowl, and you get Robbie Anderson, or Robbie Chosen, or Chosen Anderson, or Robbie Chosen Anderson, Robbie, whatever he wants to call himself these days. And yeah, the Jets are probably like the worst team here. I was over here highlighting Robbie Chosen and Tyrod Taylor as your additions. Like, I'm sorry, Jets. Like, it's just not been a good year for you guys, and it's not gonna continue. This is only our second blowout of the video so far. It's 34-3, and yeah, the Jets lose. That's to be expected. I think the Patriots are one of the best teams here. They got so much in free agency. Like, just a bunch of washed Patriot players were just sitting in free agency, and I had to throw them out there. I guess Stephon Gilmore I could have thrown on a different team because he played in a bunch of locations, but he won Defensive Player of the Year on the Patriots. He obviously should be a Patriot. And you get like Harold Landry, who, you know, was a double-digit sack guy. You know, you get some real big boosts there. But let's go over to the other side of things. Dolphins and Bills. So Dolphins are going to get a little boost here. Tyreek Hill has his leg intact and is a 99 overall. On top of that, you also get all-pro level tight end Darren Waller when he was doing this thing for the Raiders. So 2 big weapons there to go along with Jalen Waddle. And the defensive side, Bradley Chubb gets a slight boost. You get Christian Wilkins back because he's still not on a team. You have Mike Hilton also, who was a pretty solid nickel corner in his time. And then for the Bills, James Cook. I mean, another player where it's like he's peaking right now, so it depends on what you want to, you know, give his overall. But Gabe Davis and Curtis Samuel are your receivers alongside a Khalil Shakir. And, you know, I don't know how Bills fans feel about Gabe Davis being back, but he's here. Jerry Hughes at like 40-something years old, or no, he's 37. But like Jerry Hughes has just been in the league forever. He's back. And you get Shaq Thompson with a little boost, Matt Milano with a little boost, Tre'Davious White with a big boost. And yeah, I mean, also Jordan Poyer's back. So Bills have some really nice pieces brought back to them. And we're putting the throwbacks on for the Bills. It's 21-6 as Miami's struggling. But that was a big Nick Westbrook-Akine grab as they sweep it to Devon Achane. And he's going to have 4, 13-yard line as Tua will step up and run for it. Tua has got the touchdown. And Tua pulls them within 1 score as the Bills will take over. They don't go for the 2-point conversion now. They save it for later. Josh Allen throws to the outside. There's Gabe Davis. Remember when Josh Allen made Gabe Davis like look like he was decent? That was crazy. I mean, Gabe Davis was so bad after he left Buffalo. It's ridiculous as Josh is moving right. He's got to run. Josh Allen for the first down. And 34 yards on the game for him on the ground as they go James Cook, but he loses 3. And now it will be 2nd and 13. Allen to the air as that's going to be one of his tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, for a grab and getting half the yards. 3rd down and 6 down the middle of the field. What a dart to Gabe Davis for a first down and into the red zone as James Cook doing what he's doing all year in real life, just trying to find that end zone as he's done it a number of times, but he's losing yards here. 3rd down and 8, under 10 to go for Allen as he'll go to the outside. That's caught. Khalil Shakir, touchdown. Bills right back up by 2 scores, 28-13 as Tua gonna need to get that high-flying offense back going as he'll check it down to Darren Waller. And Waller will get 6 yards on the play. Still got plenty of time, though, but probably got to get this ball down the field just like that as it's Jalen Waddle for a first. Past midfield as they'll go play action. Outside to Waller as DeMar Hamlin makes the play. Gets him down 3rd down and 6 as Tua over the middle. Incomplete. Ripped out from Waller's hands. It's 4th down. Gotta go for it as they send the extra man. And he'll get it, but Tua breaks the sack. Throws it deep. And it's Darren Waller. That was a great play. Waller to the 1-yard line as Tua play action. Out to Achane. Touchdown. Dolphins. And it is back to a 1-score game. Allen quick out to Shakir. That's 5 yards. Allen's got a clean 4-touchdown, no turnover game going as Allen looking for number 5, but he's getting sacked by Zach Sealer. And it's 4th down as Tua takes over in a chance to tie this game. What does Tua got? If this were real life, it's probably going to be an interception, but we're in a video game land, so it might not be an interception. Tua could pull this off as they'll throw the outside for Darren Waller in a first down as they're closing in on midfield. 1st and 10 with 4.5 to play. Tua, middle. That's going to be caught, and into Bills territory they go. 7 yards for Waddle as 3rd down. Floating one to the outside. Oh, it's a pick, and it's Damar Hamlin, pick 6. Oh, you got to be kidding me. He threw a pick 6 to Damar Hamlin to lose this game. The big Guardian cap. Oh, my goodness, Tua. I mean, yeah, that's about what we'd expect. Damar Hamlin is going to dagger the Dolphins as, unless you got a 2-minute miracle in you, warning hits. You are moving the football, but you're going to need to start getting big plays. Not an Ed Oliver sack as you are backed up. 1.5 minutes to go. Tua throwing it as far as he can, which isn't really as far as a lot of quarterbacks. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 15. Tua is gonna step up and is gonna throw one to a defender. Picked off again. Yeah, that's about what you'd expect if you were putting Tua in that situation. So 35-20. And we get a Bills-Patriots matchup and a really good big-time matchup because Patriots got a lot of talented players out of their team. Bills have a little bit of a boost as well to go alongside Josh Allen. Hey, Darren Waller, though, 10 catches for 113 yards. Big game for Waller, as the interceptions were by Greg Rousseau as well. 2 sacks for Ed Oliver and Joey Bosa. Let's get to some Patriots-Bills action. I think the winner of this game could be in a prime position here. We're going to throw on the Patriots rivalry jerseys because they are a thing of beauty. These rivalry jerseys are so good. Like, I don't think they went 8 for 8, but I think there's more hits than misses on those rivalry jerseys as Stephon Diggs gets the completion to him to the 42-yard line as Diggs trying to do what he did in real life, a little bit of a revenge game as that completion is going to be for a big 1st down gain. It's 14-13. Patriots are down, but they're in field goal range, and another completion. How about the red zone now as Drake May is moving things beautifully. 3rd down and 5 upcoming as May is going to quick fire. Incomplete. Matt Collins, the intended receiver. Just, I guess he wasn't ready for the football. So the Patriots will have to settle for a field goal. Kick is good. 16-14 your score. Bills take over. Play action. Allen underneath. And there's Kincaid for 5. We'll move it ahead. 2nd down as Allen is going to find a receiver that gets that ball knocked away. I think that was Gilmore in there, knocking that pass down. 4th down and 5 as Patriots now will take over and set up a screen for Ramondre Stevenson. As Stevenson, stiff arm, and Ramondre for 16 yards. This is whatever, I mean, prime Ramondre isn't like anything crazy, but it's a Ramondre Stevenson that doesn't make Patriots fans want to bash their head into a wall with his fumbles and mistakes. So, you know, that should be enough, as Ramondre last year was a pretty solid back and in years before. Also, for some reason, Jalen Polk is still on this team. It happens, but I mean, it is what it is. Hey, maybe he can live up to his 2nd-round pick status for somebody at least. I think he's on the Saints now, and he's hurt. So, yeah, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson down to the 3-yard line. He's averaging under 4 carry, but he's not too far off as they go to a little sweep, and that's a bold one, but does not work out. 2nd down and goal. They'll toss it out. Ramondre Stevenson stiff arm, but he's going backwards, and he's losing 5. 3rd and goal. Patriots will have to settle for another field goal. May rolling right, and he'll fire on the run. Short of the line, only 3 yards, and yep, they will have to settle for 3. Kick is good. Bills, though, will have 5 minutes and down by a touchdown. James Cook gets the carry, and Cook will have 8 on the play. From the 33, it'll be 2nd and 2. Josh will find a receiver for a 1st down. I mean, he's just got a collection of competent receivers now. Dazes Allen, he fumbled the football. Oh, it's picked up by the Patriots. He got absolutely destroyed on that play. I think Barmore picked it up as now Patriots in control here from midfield. Drake will go to the outside and they'll get some lost yardage back. It'll be 3rd and 10 as May is going to have an incomplete pass. He maybe had a chance at a field goal from like 57 if you caught that, but no, they are going to have to just punt it. So you end up wasting about a minute plus off the clock, but the Bills get the football back with plenty of time, but Kyrus Tonga with the sack. I mean, yeah, why not? As 3rd down, Allen incomplete. 2 minutes to play. They are going for it. Allen hitting the big conversion. He finds Kincaid wide open. You can't just let him be that free on 4th down, especially at the sticks as Allen on top. Oh, he's got him open, and he's going to be down to the 8. Curtis Samuel almost took it all the way, and they find him again. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel has given the Bills a lead. 20-19, 2-point conversion. Allen with the stiff arm, and it's not going to be enough. He stiff armed somebody in the pocket as now it's 2019. Drake May, immediate first play of the drive. He wanted it all, and he's not going to get anything. As now it's 2nd and 10. Quick screen out as there he goes. Diggs, first down. And a big gain on their way to trying to get a field goal on this drive as they'll find a slant route. How about a 10-yard gain? Minute 10 to go as they'll find another nice play for a first down. Diggs has 10 catches, 47 seconds. Patriots still got all their timeouts. Probably going to use one here as a first down. And there you're probably in field goal range now. How close can you get me into the red zone? And it could be all done here. Ramondre Stevenson will have it with 12 seconds to play. They're still going to the air, and why not get the touchdown? Jaheim Bell is going to score with 8 seconds to play. And the Bills, I mean, I guess they will have 8 seconds. It's not going to really matter, I feel like, as the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. Hamlin makes the play. But yeah, with 8 seconds to go, it was a touchback, but the Bills are going to go to the outside, and that will set up a Hail Mary if they even throw it down the field, which a lot of the times in this game, yeah, the QB's just situational football, man. Just please fix it, man. It's not good. Yeah, they don't throw the Hail Mary, and I mean, probably wasn't going to happen regardless, but, you know, would have been nice to have the chance. But still, Patriots win the AFC East, and they will join the Steelers and the Raiders as we still have one AFC division left. And on the NFC side, we have Washington, we have Tampa Bay, and we will find out what our 3rd division winner for the NFC will be as we will move on to the North. Bears, Lions up next as we go Jared Goff. Obviously, this Lions team isn't going to see a whole lot of changes prime-wise. I mean, they'll get a couple of boosts to the best versions of these players, but I mean, they either got like guys who are pretty solidified or guys who are young. Penei Sewell, though, 97. Aiden Hutchinson, one of the best edge rushers. DJ Reader will take a nice big bump, which is nice. But other than that, you get DJ Reed. You get a better DJ Reed. That's about it, really. But it's still the Lions. They're a good team. The Bears, on the other hand, will get DJ Moore. They'll get Allen Robinson as well, who's a 90 overall, which is great for them. And then they'll get the best version of Joe Thuney, which is one of the best guards in the league, as, you know, even one of maybe the best guard in the league at one point. Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett will be good. Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards will be pretty competent. Jalen Johnson will be what he was, you know, his best season. Kevin Byard. So Eddie Jackson as well. I mean, the Bears got a couple of nice upgrades. They definitely got a lot more help than the Lions did, as there goes DeAndre Swift for a big run. And DeAndre Swift with a pretty typical DeAndre Swift game, 3 yards a carry, but he's trying to up that. Right now it's 16-10 in the favor of the Bears, as Caleb will throw for a first down to the 40-yard line, as Caleb will go with the handoff. DeAndre Swift is gonna get 6 more on the play, so the Lions trying to up their lead by 2 scores as they'll go to the edge. Is that Roschon Johnson? And he'll have a first down as they'll be at the 43-yard line now. It's play action. 2nd down for Caleb as they go to Colston Loveland for a completion to the 40. 3rd down and 3. Swift in motion. Caleb is going to find Cole Kmet, who wasn't ready for the football. 4th down, they're going for it. Caleb, look at him dancing around. Caleb Williams at the first down. and Caleb made it happen, as that'll be at the 34. Williams will go to find Roma Dunze. That'll be 6 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down for Caleb, who's going to get Swift out of the backfield. And look at this Bears offense move with all these weapons that they have. I mean, the Bears already had a pretty good core of weapons, but DJ Moore, you give him like maybe first year in Chicago or last year in Carolina. DJ Moore, you give him Allen Robinson, who was like a 1,400-yard receiver. Yeah, it's going to be even better. As from the 7, Williams will throw a screen. That Travis Homer, they're just letting anybody get the football, and it's a touchdown. I don't know how he even got in the game, but he scores. Sure, that's going to be a 2-score lead for the Bears, who took up a long time on that drive. That was an 8-minute drive, as now the Lions down by 2 scores. I mean, this is usually what the Lions do to teams. They are up by 1 score, and then they just go and do a 15-play drive and really take your soul out. Instead, they're getting it done to them, as David Montgomery is going to fall forward for a short gain. 3rd down and 1. Goff sneaks it. He'll have the first, but time is really running out here. You're under 4 minutes to play now. Screen. There goes Jahmyr Gibbs, as he's got 6 on the play. 25 yards out, 3:30 to go. Lions will find a receiver. It's Jamison Williams inside the 10. Gotta put it in the end zone from here. Can you do it before the 2-minute warning? Goff, 2nd and goal with time. Goff is sacked. You had a lot of time, but Grady Jarrett got in there. 2:10 to go. Goff with the nickel blitz. It's Jalen Johnson. It's a sack. And with 2 minutes to go, it's 4th and goal. Goff floating one for the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Was that Tim Patrick? All right. Touchdown for the Lions here, as the Bears are going to need to get a couple of first downs to seal this one, as they'll have 1. Will it be 2? Caleb deep pass, 3rd down and 8. Incomplete for DJ Moore. Lions could really steal this game out of nowhere, as they'll have Williams for 5. Goff has just 1:20 to go from the 33, and 1 timeout as Williams first down. Jamison puts them just 62 yards away, as they'll keep on going to Jamison. Williams, what a hit. It's going to get just 5 again, but they're really running out of time here, and they're still holding on to that timeout. Williams for a 4th straight catch. Finally, they'll burn their timeout. Down to 20 seconds, as Amon-Ra is not going to be able. Oh, he does. He does get out of bounds. I didn't know if his knee touched first. 17 seconds to go, though. Goff over the middle. And that's in bounds. That's in bounds with 11 seconds to play, and the clock is running, and the clock, they're not going to get the playoff. They just didn't get the playoff in time. And yeah, that's the game. They did not get it off. 22-17, Lions go down. Again, I feel like the clock management in these games is not the best, but it is what it is. Fix that, Madden, please. 2nd time I've asked. But I had Brock Wright throw a pass as well. Caleb didn't even really have much of a big day at all, but, you know, didn't matter. He got the job done in the end, and we get to see who is taking the NFC North, as we already got 1 spot filled for the Chicago Bears. The other spot is Vikings-Packers, and a very fun Vikings team that has MVP Carson Wentz. Remember that, when Carson Wentz almost won an MVP. Also got Dalvin Cook. Adam Thielen is going to be back to his 1,000-yard self as well. So a really fun offense. And then on defense, I mean, obviously you got Grenard and Van Ginkel. You also got Linval Joseph down there as the number 3. You also got Eric Kendricks as well. Remember when Eric Kendricks was like a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker, Harrison Smith. So a really nice team for the Vikings. And then the Packers, I mean, they got some boosts, but they didn't get them in places that they really needed. They didn't get any wide receivers because all their receivers were just young number 3s and number 2s. But on defense, they did get a boost in spots where they didn't need. They have Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary, but they also have now Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith. It's the best edge room in the entire league. They did get Devondre Campbell, but they don't need more edge rushers, and they got that. They also got Rasul Douglas and Nate Hobbs, which Hobbs, took a couple of ratings up. Rasul Douglas, when he was catching interceptions for the Packers, coming out of nowhere and doing his thing. But yeah, the Packers They got some nice players, but you can't play 4 edges at once. If you could, hey, maybe you'd have a chance here, just talent for talent. But right now, you got MVP Carson Wentz thrown to Justin Jefferson, and now play action. Wentz is going to find a receiver underneath. So, I mean, with Wentz, Jefferson, Thielen, also Addison, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, it's a pretty deep cast of weapons. Wentz, though, play action. He's sacked by Rashawn Gary, as they'll go 2nd down and 18. It's 14-7. Minnesota on top as they find Justin Jefferson again for 15 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3. Wentz to the air. He will scramble. Carson Wentz slides down, and it'll be at the 26-yard line. Wentz, quick pass to the outside for TJ Hawkinson, who was wide open. He'll get into the red zone. 14 yards out as they'll sweep it, and here goes Dalvin Cook. As, you know, I will say not all the numbers are 100% accurate with the free agents, but, you know, it is what it is, as they're going to have a touchdown. It's Josh Oliver scoring, and we'll turn things over to the Green Bay Packers, where it's 21-7 now, and Jordan Love and this Josh Jacobs-led offense got to do something here, and Jacobs with a big run. It will be 2nd down and 10 from the 42. Love will find Tucker Kraft for a 8-yard completion. 3rd down. As Jacobs out of the backfield, they go the other way for a 1st down regardless, as they are moving it well. But with 6.5 to go, got to make up 2 touchdowns, as Jacobs is going to have 8 on the screen, 22-yard line, and quick screen out. That's Tucker Kraft on a little bunch screen to the tight end, which is interesting. Red zone opportunity, 3rd down and 5. They are going to find Tucker Kraft again. All right, just lean on Tucker Kraft and you got something. As on 3rd down, they score a touchdown in the back of the end zone. Jaden Reed has now a 7-point game. Vikings take over, but with just 3.5 minutes to go. Carson Wentz, can you seal up this game as he finds an open Justin Jefferson? You can't lose track of him in that situation. Packers use a 1st timeout, and Dalvin Cook is going to get a 1st. 36-yard line. A 1st down here would end it, and Wentz is going to be close. 3rd and 2 to Hawkinson, as this is your game right here. Handing it off. Dalvin Cook is shrugging off a defender. 1st down, and the Vikings pick up the win, and it will be Vikings-Bears to crown the NFC North. So disappointing for the Packers. Let's see if Wentz can go on a little run right here. I would love to see it. I like Carson Wentz back in the day. I still do like Carson Wentz. I'm rooting for him in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, too. About 14 catches for 164 yards. That is absurd, but also pretty dang good to just find Justin Jefferson any chance you get. Rashawn Gary with 2 sacks as we head Minnesota, Chicago for the next slot in the NFC. Wide open for one of these 2 teams, and right now Minnesota is on top 20-7, but Caleb has the football and is running for a 1st down, as he will have it at the 42-yard line. Caleb is going to be pressured, throw that football out of bounds over the head of everybody. 3rd and 8 as they send the pressure from the edge. Byron Murphy gets in, and it will be a sack. The Minnesota's really got the opportunity here to just completely shut the door on this one. 13 minutes to go, and you're up by 2 touchdowns, as here goes Dalvin Cook. Oh, he spins out a defender on Dalvin Cook. 1 play, 75 yards, and a touchdown for the Vikings. That was sudden, and that was out of nowhere for Dalvin. 2-point conversion to make it a 21-point game is no good, but I don't think they really care too much. You're up by 3 scores now as Caleb Williams is running for his life. Caleb scrambling. He's got a lot of room, and Caleb Williams dives down, and he'll have a massive pickup, but Van Ginkel gets him for the sack immediately after another 4th down situation, and they got to go for it up top, and the pass is caught by Romadunze. Not, I guess, fully over yet. If you could put it in the end zone here with 10 to go. Caleb is being chased. Grenard gets him down now, and all of the Vikings pass rushers teeing off and getting home as the Bears up top. There was nobody there. That was just, what was that pass? Okay. Field goal is good. They settle for 3 to make it a 16.2 score game. And Carson Wentz, that's a nice pickup from Oliver and a nice throw to Adam Thielen. That was a nice job there by everybody involved as they go with Dalvin Cook shrugging off 2 defenders. He's got 145 yards on the game. Carson Wentz finds Justin Jefferson. Yeah, this is just... I don't know how you stop this Minnesota offense right now. Dalvin's running well, and Carson Wentz is dealing to the end zone for Jordan Addison to seal this game 33-10, and the game ends up finishing 40-10. Bears go down, and that was just such impressive offense from the Vikings. So they are the 3rd NFC team that has locked up their spot in the final 8, and Carson Wentz has an awesome game. Dalvin Cook, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. And yeah, Justin Jefferson did his thing. Addison, 2 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, the Vikings definitely look like one of the best teams. And we will go back to the AFC, and we will figure out who is going to be joining the teams that we got in the AFC. It's Vikings, it's Patriots, and it's Raiders. Now we start with Colts Texans, and the Colts, very unspectacular team. You don't get a lot of boosts and a lot of improvements. You get a couple of your players jumping up a little bit, but you do get Charvarius Ward at his best. Yeah, not really much. Texans, though, how about a prime Nick Chubb, which is like a top 5 running back, and then you get Christian Kirk with a little bit of a boost. Tank Dell is alive and playing, I guess, which is nice. Trent Brown is decent now. Also, I mean, I put Jadeveon Clowney on the Texans. I mean, I think he signed with the Cowboys in real life. He was a free agent going into the season. I don't actually know for sure, but hey, he's on the Texans now, and that's a really crazy trio of edge rushers. It was like a Kareem Jackson here at 37 years old. He started his career as a cornerback, so he's back. Jimmy Ward, pretty nice team for the Texans. And yeah, we have just our 3rd outright domination, 35-3. The Colts, yeah, they're not doing too hot like they are in real life, and Daniel Jones didn't really do much in this game. But yeah, the Texans take care of business with ease. Nick Chubb finds the end zone. Nico Collins went crazy, and Dalton Schultz found the end zone. So the Texans are going to get a pretty easy walk to the AFC South finals. Will they be taking on the Titans or the Jaguars? So the Titans still got Cam Ward, obviously. Tony Pollard gets a little bit of a boost. You do get Tyler Lockett when he was, a premier number 2 wide receiver. So that's nice. You get some boosts on the offensive line. Kevin Zeiler is obviously really nice as well. Jeffrey Simmons, not really all that much else. L'Jarius Sneed is back to being Chiefs L'Jarius Sneed at least, but that's about it. And then for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, typical stuff there. Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter. You do get 41-year-old Mercedes Lewis was sitting in free agency. I had to, and let's throw him back on the Jaguars. Yannick Ngakoue as well, who has like 70 career sacks, so good on him. He's back here in Jacksonville. Devin Lloyd is another player where it's like, man, what do you even rate Devin Lloyd? Because like right now he's playing like a defensive player of the year candidate. But I threw him as an 88, which is pretty good, as we're letting the Jaguars roll with their good jerseys. A touchdown here for the Titans to crawl back in to a 2-score game. But hey, why are these Jags jerseys not their permanent jerseys? I really think like the Jags got bottom 3 regular jerseys in the sport right now. I mean, like the regular basic just white with black number jerseys. I mean, that is just disgusting stuff. Bring back these. I love me a good teal color, and these are nice. So Trevor Lawrence, I'm talking too much about the jerseys, but it's 27-16. Lawrence is dealing to Travis Hunter for a first down as they go. Etienne on the ground gets a nice block from Brian Thomas on the edge, and Travis Etienne goes for 20 yards. 21 carries for 60 yards. Ugly game, but it's working for the Jaguars as they got a wide open Mercedes Lewis, 41 years old, but he's getting the job done. Back when he was, I think prime Mercedes Lewis was like a 700-yard, 10-touchdown type tight end. So like, pretty solid, especially in the early 2010s, or he was drafted in like 06, so like even the 2000s. Yannick Ngakoue gets a sack there. It's 3rd and 17. Cam Ward, he's throwing it deep. This is maybe your final chance, and he's gonna reel it in. All right, nice catch. You're in the red zone now. Titans go to the outside. He's got it inside the 10, down to the 8. As 2nd and 1. Cam will step up, fire back in the end zone, and it is caught for Calvin Ridley at a touchdown. So back to an 11-point game. Jaguars, though, their offense is looking so good as Travis Etienne. Another big run, and now that yards per carry looks a lot more respectable as Etienne is going to find himself going over 100 yards all of a sudden as he gets 7 more there. Lawrence will have the screen set up. De'Ami Brown gets the first. As, yeah, things are really starting to look a little rough for the Titans if they can't grab a turnover here or at least force them to a field goal. But Brian Thomas has a first down as with under 7. Etienne, all that room and a touchdown. Travis Etienne back up by 3 scores. And for the Titans, yeah, they just couldn't keep pace. They really just cannot keep pace. 3rd down and 14. We jump ahead to where they're in Jags territory. Deep pass. Incomplete. Final opportunity. It's 4th down. And Cam Ward takes the shot deep. It's incomplete. And that will wrap things up. Jaguars are going to take on the Texans. 41-23 your final. And the last slot in the AFC comes down to Jags and Texans, as we are almost on to that final 8, which is going to be really exciting. Cam Ward, yeah, a little bit of a rough game. Under 50%, 3 picks. Etienne ended up with 3 touchdowns. Van Jefferson had 132 yards. I guess prime Van Jefferson does hit like that. Andrew Wingard with 2 picks. And, yeah, we'll move on. Jaguars-Texans, a really fun matchup here. I think the Texans have one of the stronger rosters, I feel like, especially with the depth that they got on defense and some of the nice players. I think they're a very well-rounded team. But right now, 18-14. Jags are down, but they have the football, and they're going to be set up 3rd down and 7. Jags underneath. There goes Travis Hunter for a first down, as he will be at the 31-yard line. And Lawrence will fire one down the center of the field. Touchdown. Jags take the lead. Brian Thomas makes it a 3-point game as the Texans and Stroud take over, handing it off. A nice running back duo as well, Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb, which is, you know, having Joe Mixon as your backup is pretty nice, as Stroud's going to scramble for it. And that will be 4 yards on the play. Spreading the field out. 3rd down. Stroud throwing on the run. That's caught. Dalton Schultz for the first down as you move ahead to the 41-yard line as they will run forward. And Nick Chubb gets a nice little push for the first down as they'll throw to the outside. Now it's Tank Dell. Touchdown. And Tank Dell gets to take the lead for the Texans. And it's 25-21. Jaguars got to respond. Their offense put up over 40 in the last game, so let's see if they're going to be able to put up 30+ in this one. They might need to take that to win this, as they'll throw up high for a Mercedes Lewis 6-yard grab. Lawrence has 350 on the day, still with 8 minutes to go, and he's adding to it. Mercedes Lewis for the first down, as they keep those chains going with 7 to play. 2nd down and 7, as that's going to be another completion. De'Ami Brown, 3rd and inches. Trevor sneaks the ball, 35-yard line. They're moving it well, and they go Etienne on the ground. Travis Etienne with the spin move. Petrie brings him down, but 20 yards out with 5 to go, as they go stretch handoff, and he's got the edge, and he's got 12 more. 1st down and goal, handing it off. Etienne, touchdown! And the Jags respond, and the Texans now have 4.5 to go. Well, how do you respond with Nick Chubb on the ground? How about that? 10 yards, Chubb. Only 9 carries, but he's got over 100 yards, so I'd keep on giving it to Nick Chubb like that, where he's just stumbling his way through for a first down. As now you're at the 44-yard line. Stroud is stepping up. He's firing one down the field. And Nico Collins, touchdown from 56 yards. And the Texans respond with their own touchdown. And we have a back-and-forth battle. 32-28. Mercedes Lewis reels in his 10th catch of the game. 2 minutes to go. And Trevor Lawrence, will it be one of these whoever has the ball last situations is going to win? Because that's what it feels like right now, as Etienne is hit and a no game play, 3rd down and 5 minutes and a half to go. Lawrence is gonna find Travis Hunter. 1st down, timeout being used there. Lawrence quick to the outside, Mercedes Lewis, and an 11th grab for Mercedes Lewis as Trevor Lawrence has 400 yards, and Lawrence isn't done as Hunter, 6 yards on the play, dropping the throw, 28-yard line, and it's up the sidelines for Travis Hunter to the 10, 39 seconds to play, Mercedes Lewis, touchdown, Jaguars back on top. And what a game we got here. 34 seconds to go for Stroud. Pass is caught as they need to get into field goal range. Timeout used. That's their first. Stroud, they'll run the ball, and it gets a 1st down, but you got to burn your 2nd timeout. 24 seconds to play. Stroud to the outside. It's caught, but you have to stay in bounds. Another timeout used. You're out of them. 18 seconds to go. That pass is caught, but with 15 seconds to go, there's no urgency. Get to the line. Do something. Oh, they're not doing anything. they're just here, and that's game. All right, cool. Trust me when I tell you, it wasn't because I wasn't trying. I was spamming X, doing anything I could to make sure they had a sense of urgency. They just didn't. They just didn't. I don't get it. I don't get it. But Trevor Lawrence was incredible, and the Jaguars did deserve to win that game, though. So we'll just take that. Jaguars are the 7th team to go to the final 8, and we have just a single division to go. Also, look at that. Mercedes, Thomas, Hunter, all over 100 yards, all of them 8+ catches. That's pretty crazy. Great ball distribution there. So, yeah, we got one division left. That is the NFC West. I want to talk about one of the teams that I feel like is pretty dang cool. I think the Rams are awesome, but I guess we'll cover the Cardinals first. James Conner, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, I mean, if we could only base it on one half of the year, first 8 weeks of the season, like early in his career, Kyler Murray, yeah, I mean, that's prime Kyler Murray right there. You also get Calais Campbell, who's one of the better players that we got here, 96 overall, but yeah, for the Rams, though, Matthew Stafford, unbelievable. You get Kyren Williams, who was an all-pro. How about Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, both at their best? And, I mean, Puka right now is playing at his best. Unfortunately, he did get banged up and probably will miss time. But still, he was on insane pace. Yeah, so you get those two together. And then you get a couple other additions, John Johnson, Rodney McLeod, some minor help in the secondary. But, yeah, I mean, just having Stafford, just having Puka, just having also Kyren Williams with the first play of the quarter, a touchdown to make it a 14-point game. Yeah, I was about to say, like, Devontae Adams as well. Yeah, you get all those guys. Of course it's going to be a fun offense. And speaking of fun, yeah, these are what I was talking about. These rivalry jerseys for the Cardinals, these are beautiful, I think. I love these. These are maybe like the best jerseys the Cardinals have had ever. Like, dare I say? I don't know. Cardinals fans, you can let me know there. I love these jerseys, though. Like, it's just awesome. And Stafford, meanwhile, is going to get the football back after his defense gets a stop. And yeah, that's a nice play to Devontae Adams. Play action now as Stafford, off of the play action, is able to deliver a laser to Atwell and go back to Kyren Williams for 4 yards. He's got 100 yards on the day now. Stafford, more play action, more Devontae Adams. As, yeah, just getting all of the Devontae Adams targets going. Stafford on a QB draw. Sure, I mean, I don't think Stafford was ever that mobile, but yeah, let's go for that as the field goal is no good. A big miss because the Cardinals now great field position and a chance to go down to a one-score game as Marvin Harrison Jr. with a 5-yard grab. And they go Kyler tucking and running. Kyler Murray slides to the 37-yard line. As he go first down and 10, screen to James Conner. Nice block on the edge, and James Conner is going to shrug off a defender. There's a nice 13-yard play, and the Cardinals could really make this a tight game right here. I mean, what a swing to go from a 17-point deficit to having a one-score deficit just like that. with great field position to set it up, as now it's 24-17 with under 10 to go. Stafford floats one, and I believe that's Tyler Higbee for a grab and a first down. Spreading the field, Stafford just delivering to more open receivers. It's hard to cover everybody, and Stafford will find his man. They'll toss it out. Kyron Williams gets nice blocking on the edge, and he will have 4 more yards on the play to set up 3rd down and 4, as Stafford with more time. Stafford on the run, throws it deep, double coverage, and incomplete. I mean, of all the people you're going to throw in a double coverage to, maybe not too out well, but I respect the attempt, as the Cardinals threatening to go 3 and out. Kyler to the outside. That's caught, but Marv can't get there. 4th and 1, and they're not going to go for it. They'll punt it with 5.5 to go. Stafford, play action! He goes down. Josh Sweat brings him down for a loss of 9. 15-yard line, 3rd and 19. Stafford with time. He's throwing one down the field. He's going to have nothing. Kyron Williams was the guy. Again, why are you throwing it deep to Kyron Williams? You have Puka. You got Devontae Adams. Could maybe throw a one-on-one shot to one of them, as Kyler will have another chance in this one. He's just going to immediately run in, and Kyler Murray is going to get the first. 3:50 to go. Handoff to Connor, and that will be 9 more on the play. 3:20 to go. Connor is just running his Cardinal team down to the red zone. Over 100 on the day, as play action now. Kyler's going to run, and Kyler Murray all the way. Touchdown. And the Cardinals might be able to pull this one off. Stafford, though, will have 2 minutes to try to make something happen. And it's certainly doable when you're getting Puka Nacua in space like that. He's got over 100 on the day. 41-yard line. Stafford to the outside, and there you go again. Just more Puka and Devontae as they go over the middle. Puka Nacua again now into Cardinal territory as they find another open receiver, Tyler Higbee, and now at the 40-yard line. They missed from about this area before, but now 20 yards, and the field goal is definitely makeable now. Devontae and Puka are doing it here as Kyron Williams just run him down, as Arizona out of time, out of opportunity. Right as clock is going to expire, the Rams are able to put through a field goal and leave the Cardinals with just 1 play left, and they will not even throw it deep, because of course they don't. But it's okay, because I don't think Kyler would have been able to heave that thing 70 plus. Maybe he would have. It would have had to been like a 75-yard heave. I mean, I don't know if he would have been able to do that, but you know, again, maybe it would have been nice to see him try. But regardless, Rams are able to take care of business here. And the Cardinals, credit to them. They played them close. They did their thing. But I think the Rams were just the more talented team. Devontae and Puka, both 8 and 9 catches on the day. As we have one more matchup between the final 2 teams that we have yet to see in this video. It is Niners-Seahawks to close us out for the first round, I guess, as we will have a Christian McCaffrey in his prime. I mean, the Niners are also one of the better teams, because think of how good the Niners are. They just keep getting injured, and their players are not like fully washed, but they're not at their best. Like Trent Williams is fine, but he's not, you know, all-time great. And Fred Warner got hurt, and Christian McCaffrey he's doing his thing, but he's not as good as Christian McCaffrey of a few years ago. And same thing with Brandon Ayuk, who, you know, was an all-pro receiver, and now he was hurt, and George Kittle keeps getting hurt. So, like, you get a fully healthy at their best Niners. And then for the Seahawks, I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence, who was a double-digit sack guy. Leonard Williams was really good. Jonathan Hankins is also here to be a number 2. And on top of that, you get Witherspoon, you get Woolen, you get Shaq Griffin back. Julian Love, Quandre Diggs was sitting around at free agency, so he had some nice additions. I think this is a pretty fair matchup, but I think the Niners should have the higher top-end talent. That's kind of always how it's been with the Niners, as hey, more rivalry jerseys. I like these Niner ones too. I would love to see these Niner jerseys, but in white. These look awesome, as I love the numbering. Maybe I'll just make a jersey video on my other channel. I do have a second channel where I posted something, but, you know, if you want to check that out, go ahead. Also, I guess while I'm here, hey, like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff to help out the channel and everything. But Niners get a field goal, and it's 23-17 as we go Sam Darnold throwing over the middle, and that's going to be a completion for a first down. I think the big thing you're going to look at here is for this Seahawks team, you get Cooper Kupp at his best, and there he is. Cooper Kupp, one of the few 99 overalls, had maybe the most prolific and accolade-filled, successful wide receiver season of all time. The thing was, it was only 1 year, and the rest of the years he's just kind of been either an 1,000-yard guy or injured because of his hamstrings being made of licorice. But that is the fun of having these players at their best, because you get guys like Cooper Kupp as the Seahawks go play action. Check it down underneath. It's JSN. Touchdown. As JSN gives the Seahawks the lead, 24-23 with 8 minutes to go. As at the 24-yard line, Brock Purdy is going to have time. Flow one to the outside, and that's caught. Brandon Ayuk for the first down to the 33-yard line as they go play action. And Purdy outside again, and there's Brandon Ayuk again. And another first down as they go Christian McCaffrey on the ground. McCaffrey is just running through traffic, and Christian McCaffrey! Oh, he's just not gonna go down, and he's gone for the touchdown! McCaffrey refusing to be tackled, refusing to even stumble, and he goes all the way. Niners back on top at a 2-point conversion. Toss it out. Brian Robinson is going to get it, and 31-24. Sam Darnold with 7 minutes to play. Stepping up. He's running. Darnold is sliding just shy of the first down, as he'll be just inches shy and go into Kenneth Walker for the first down. A gain of 2 as you got 6 minutes to go. Plenty of time to run your offense here, as that's a 7-yarder for Kenneth Walker. Man in motion. Darnold to the air. They'll go quick slant over the middle, and that's Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. I mean, he lined up out wide. So, with 5 minutes to go, you find an open man. Elijah Arroyo got open, got free, and Darnold's over 300. He's had a really good day. Darnold, they're just going to the air, left and right. Another completion with 4 minutes to go now. The Seahawks taking their time here. JSN, first down. How about 8 more on the play? Another minute gone. Kenneth Walker sheds a tackle, and Kenneth Walker for a first. They're at the 13-yard line. We're closing in on the 2-minute warning. This has been a very impressive drive for the Seahawks to try to tie this game. 7 yards out, 3rd and 4. Darnold, he's going to throw it up top, and incomplete for Kenneth Walker. It's 4th and 4. This whole drive could be for nothing if they don't get it here. Darnold, scrambling, Darnold, touchdown! Sam Darnold will tie things up because they will take the extra point, and we got under 2 to go. Darnold is going to have to watch his defense try to either give him a chance or hold for overtime. McCaffrey's catch goes for 9 as Purdy over the middle, and a completion for Jawan Jennings and a first down. Maybe about 20-25 yards out from field goal range. They'll go McCaffrey underneath. Nice hit, but it'll be 7 yards. 47 seconds to go as Purdy floats it. It's caught! Ricky Pearsall into field goal range with 40 seconds to go. Another bubble screen outside. Oh, what a hit! What a hit! It was looking like Cam Chancellor rocking that number 31. What a shot! And we're going to overtime. What a job to hit them and jar that ball loose to save the game. And now the Seahawks, they have the ball first to start overtime as they go JSN with a short completion. And he'll have 3. 4th down, though, and they'll punt. Now we're in sudden death overtime as Purdy will complete a pass to Pearsall. They'll get 6, 2nd down and 4. Purdy with the pressure sent in. He'll throw it deep, and it is caught! Brandon Ayuk into field goal range. And now the Niners can win this game right now with another first down. Ayuk is having one heck of a day. 18 yards away, and Purdy goes down, but I think you are still not able to take them out of field goal range. It's still very makeable from here. 2nd and 17. Purdy floating. Oh, it's picked off. Oh my goodness, he threw the pick, and somehow it's at the 1-yard line, but he threw his chance away, and now with what is going on, that was almost a safety. He made sure to get out of the end zone here, and now the pass over the middle. Cooper Kupp. This is a wild one as it goes for 15. Darnold, can you lead a crazy drive from your own 1-yard line to win this as Arroyo? First down to the 37-yard line. Gonna get one out quick, and San Francisco all over it. Third down and 13. Quick screen for Cooper Kupp, who's going to just get lit up by Fred Warner. I'm impressed that he didn't immediately go down. I'd say 15 catches for Cooper Kupp. Yeah, that's a prime Cooper Kupp game right there. Niners take over as it's 3rd and 11. Purdy has got a completion short of the line. They'll have to punt. And all of a sudden, these teams can't find any points as another completion. Kenneth Walker, I mean, they don't even run the ball anymore. Just another throw, another pass, and that's Kenneth Walker, 4th and inches. They punt it, and just trading back and forth. Purdy is chased. Purdy sacked. As the Niners backed up to 2nd and 22 from their 8. Shovel pass is going to lose 4 yards. They're at their own 4. 3rd and forever. Purdy, deep ball. Oh, he's got Ricky Pearsall with the one man almost separating him from a touchdown there from 90 plus. And now the Niners, I think they're in field goal range now as Christian McCaffrey to the edge. McCaffrey, what a shot. Hanging on to the football. This has been an awesome game. What a hit again! He hung on again. 3rd and 8. McCaffrey loses yards. And from the 39, they're gonna punt. They're gonna punt. They can't hit it from that far. That kick was almost at the 1-yard line too. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. We're about to go into a second overtime. 6 yards to Walker. 3rd and 4. Darnold is floating. Cooper Kupp, first down. Kupp has 16 catches. As now outside, Elijah Arroyo past midfield. And we are about to hit another overtime period as Darnold over the middle. And they're in field goal range. I think it's finally going to end. Will it end with this? Just hold on to the ball. Kenneth Walker to the 22. And they're sending out the field goal unit now. Kick is up. It is good. What a game. 34-31. About as hard-hitting of a game as I have seen for one of these videos. Man, that was awesome. And that is one heck of a way to end things for the first round, really, for the final division we have to get through here, as 16 catches, 200 yards for Cooper Kupp. Sam Darnold threw the ball 60 times. That is awesome, though. That is crazy. And the final matchup to crown the final person headed to the final 8. It's Seahawks, it's Rams, and the Rams' first play is going to be a touchdown to Tutu Atwell. Back-to-back times, the Rams just immediately score the first time we hop in, and we're rocking with the Oregon Duck jerseys for the Seahawks that a lot of people just seem to hate, which, I'm gonna be honest, don't mind them. Don't mind these jerseys at all. Don't think they're, top-tier rivalry jerseys, but hey, I don't mind. If you're going to rip off any school, hey, Oregon's not a bad one to rip off, but I guess that's probably the issue. The foundation of the issue is that they are kind of knockoffs of another jersey. As Sam Darnold is going to go on a keeper and lose a yard. 3rd down and 7 for Darnold, as he'll go over the middle, and he's just shy. It's 55 yards. They were kind of caught in a situation where they could have done a lot of different things. Instead, they missed the field goal. Could have went for it, and instead, it's a long field goal missed, and Stafford and the Rams have great field position. 3rd down and 9, though, threatening to waste it, as Stafford, with time, finds his man Higbee, but it's short by 3 yards, and they punt. Seahawks got to try to still overcome this 3-point deficit. And here's Elijah Arroyo for a big completion to him. Darnold playing good again. Play action. Darnold rolling, throwing, wide open JSN. Back into field goal range you go. This one would be a little bit more manageable as they're trying to get even closer and probably score a touchdown here as they're inside the red zone now. 16 yards out. Darnold, quick throw to the outside for Cooper Kupp, who's going to lose a yard. No, they say he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down regardless from the 16 as Darnold is sacked. And Poona Ford got in as now the game-tying field goal. 2nd try at it is good this time around. And now 20-20 your score as Stafford throwing on the run. And Tutu Atwell coming up with a couple of nice plays from the 36-yard line, though. Stafford is going to find his receiver, Tutu Atwell again. We're down to 3.5 minutes. Time is running out, and you got a big play, and, well, it's Tutu Atwell. I mean, yeah, I guess you focus on Devontae, you focus on Puka, you're losing sight of Tutu Atwell having a big game. 2-minute warning is about to hit. Stafford is going over the middle, and that's going to be Devontae Adams. First down inside the red zone. 2-minute warning is hit, and Stafford is finding his receiver, Puka, inside the 10. And the Rams, will it be a touchdown here outside? It's down to the 1. Handoff, and that's stopped. But now with just 4th down and a chip shot field goal, kick is good, but the Seahawks are down to 45 seconds to play as a pass over the middle from Darnold's incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 8. Darnold, they had a screen set up, thrown into the dirt, probably better than a completion there, but it's 4th down. And Darnold, last chance, checks it out outside. Walker can't make anybody miss. And the game is over. Seahawks go down. Rams move on. And we have all 8 of our teams crowned each division winner. And now we get into even better stuff here, as we'll show you the bracket in a second. But Tutu Atwell, nice job having an 81-yard and a touchdown game there, as Byron Young also got 2.5 sacks. But taking a look at the updated bracket, as you can see, Raiders, Steelers, Jaguars, Patriots, Commanders, Bucks, and Vikings, Rams are the final 8. And we will have no time to waste getting into things here. The Raiders are very considerably and clearly like the worst team here. I feel like every team here is like pretty nice, and then like the Raiders are here. Again, no disrespect, but yeah, you got an uphill battle if you're gonna want to move on to the Final Four, because you got to take on a prime Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, though, Raiders are playing a respectable 13-7 game, and they have the football 4th and 2, though. Immediate first test of the 4th quarter. Alex Highsmith with the sack. Get the ball to Rodgers, who hands it off, and Jalen Warren, who had some big performances already, is going to get a first down, as Warren to the outside. Another first down. Jalen Warren trying to send these Steelers to the Final Four. I formation. Back to Warren. And he's well over 100 yards. 109 on 17 carries. Rodgers is going to finish this drive off potentially as Chase Claypool gets it to the 3-yard line. Rodgers is going to find a wide open man. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith is going to put him up by 2 scores. And the Steelers may be showing they're a little more talented than the Raiders. 2-point conversion to Warren is good. 21-7. This Raider offense has not found much success, as maybe their only opportunity to really make this a game was that 4th down try. Instead, everything flipped in the Steelers' favor, and they punt the football on 4th and 1 there. Don't love that, especially when you're throwing the ball to Aaron Rodgers now, where he's got a 2-score lead. And yeah, it's just, I don't know if this is going to end good for the Raiders, but they've had a good run up until this point, and maybe they can pull it off. But look at Aaron Rodgers on the ground, scrambling for a first down, as they're at the 36. Pass is caught, and I mean, you're getting Calvin Austin involved. You get Robert Woods, Chase Claypool. Here's Jalen Warren on the screen. Jalen Smith gets in there for the stop and a loss of yardage. 3rd down and 5. Down the field. Oh, it's Chase Claypool taking the top of the defense. Touchdown Steelers. And again, Steelers on top with another score, 28-7. I think the Raiders, it's maybe last chance for them. Highsmith with a 3rd sack of the game and a pass over the middle. Jacoby Myers, nice play. And yeah, if you don't score on this drive, I think it's all over for them as they swing it out. Mostert, first down. They're across midfield. Gino is throwing to the outside for Brock Bowers, and he'll have a couple on that set up another third down situation where Watt, he got picked up. Gino is brought down by Cam Hayward. They give him the first down. Nice jump from Gino as he'll float one, and that's going to be caught by Trey Tucker. And time is really running out, though, for the Raiders. I mean, this has been a nice drive, but they needed something like that, a play that was ending in a touchdown there to give them still plenty of time, maybe with an onside kick. Instead, they're getting upended, and it's fourth down. Last real opportunity, and Gino's sacked again. 28-7 is your final. Steelers cruise to the Final Four, and they will be taking on the winner of our other AFC matchup. A credit to the Raiders for winning their division. They were very clearly outmatched with like all of the other teams, I feel like. So like, again, a lot of credit for them for even getting this far. But yeah, they go out here and they let Chase Claypool catch a touchdown on them, which it is what it is. Alex Highsmith terrorized them. And you also got a pick, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, a pick, 10 total tackles. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Move over to the other AFC matchup, though. Jaguars, Patriots. Who's coming out on top here? The Jags fought through the Texans in a really tough matchup, and the Patriots went back and forth with the Bills in a really tough matchup. Both of them won it at the end and beat very respectable opponents. Now you go 10-6 is your score, and the Patriots immediately first play. Touchdown to Hunter Henry as they were inside the 10-yard line, and they will take a 2-score lead. Jags offense has not had a good day so far. Lawrence against this Patriot defense that is just really good is going to have to try to find some success that he hasn't gotten in the first 3 quarters. Peppers knocks down ETN for a 3rd down and 6 play as Lawrence will throw underneath Brian Thomas. And it'll be 4th and 1. Got to go for it. I love the call. And I don't love the pass. Trevor Lawrence just flat out missed. And now Ramondre Stevenson in the ground game is going to lose yards, and it'll set up a 3rd and long where Drake May is delivering. 1st down. That was a nice opportunity for the Jaguars to just maybe salvage things here to get a 3 and out, but now the Patriots moving in closer to the red zone. Ramondre, there he goes, inside the 15. Patriots could go up by 3 scores here. Stephon Diggs with the 7-yarder. As now outside, here goes Diggs again down to the 1-yard line. And for the 3-score lead, they check in Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Patriots. And they are cruising right now. I mean, I expected this from the Raiders-Steeler game, but Jaguars getting thoroughly taken care of right now. 9 minutes to go, and not over yet as Mercedes Lewis for the 1st down. You could still go and get the ball into the end zone, give yourself a little bit of a chance with 8 minutes to play. I think if you score, before the 6-minute mark, there's a chance here for Lawrence as he finds De'Ami Brown to the 21. But we go to 3rd down and 10. Lawrence is hit and he throws it out of bounds. 4th down and 10. Game on the line here for Lawrence. He'll roll left. Lawrence is going to try to run for it, and he's hit out of bounds. 1 yard shy. Patriots take over. Jawan Bentley got in there. And for the Patriots, they will have a very quick 3 and out, which gives the Jags a glimmer of hope, and a deep pass here from Trevor Lawrence is going to be incomplete. Christian Gonzalez. Now, what a luxury you have Christian Gonzalez as your number 2 corner, as Lawrence on 4th down is running, and Trevor is got a nice run into Patriot territory. I mean, it's just, there's 3 minutes to go. You had all your timeouts, but things are not looking good as that's a completion. And you're in the red zone now. 2-minute warning hits. Pass is intercepted. Stephon Gilmore puts an end to it, and the Patriots will be taking on the Steelers in the Final Four. That is the AFC matchup, Patriots-Steelers. And we go to the NFC matchup. Hopefully, maybe some closer encounters would be nice. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he 43 pass attempts for just 180 yards is absolutely brutal. Like, that is absolutely brutal. Sacked a bunch as well. Barmore, Judon, all those guys got involved. Gilmore and Peppers with picks. Let's go over to the NFC now. It is the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Rams. So Stafford versus Wentz. Jefferson versus Puka or Devontae Adams, whoever you want to say. And two great weaponry groups are taking each other on. Well, I mean, I guess the difference here would be the defense. Whose defense is going to step up? Right now, it is Vikings 24-10 as the Rams have the football, though, as they will hand off Kyren Williams. And Kyren has gotten to the 32-yard line, so very much in scoring position, and the Rams will need it badly as they throw a strike, and Puka Nacua. How did he hang on to that one as they go into the red zone now, 2nd and long, as Stafford has got Tutu Atwell. Tutu's having some really nice performances here as Kyren Williams punches it in from the 1-yard line, and we are to a 1-score game. Vikings now will take over Carson Wentz in this offense. We'll hand it off. Dalvin Cook. He's going to have about 7 on the play. 2nd down, play action Wentz. I did switch Wentz's number to 11 because it looked a little ugly with him wearing 10 as Wentz over the middle for the 1st down. And Carson will find a receiver. It's Dalvin Cook out of the backfield. And Cook inside the red zone. And the Vikings looking for a touchdown right back at him. No, Wentz picked off. And the Rams come up with a huge turnover to give themselves a chance. This was a huge flip as you were at least had a field goal if you were the Vikings to go up by 2 scores. And now Rams, a 1-score deficit with the football, and Devontae Adams getting to work here. 7 yards on the play, 9.5 to go for the Rams as they go underneath. Tutu Atwell coming up with another catch. I like that they are just kind of letting Atwell sneak in, make some plays as Puka Nacua makes the biggest play of the drive. 1st down as they are at about midfield. And Tyler Higbee with the 1st down reception to the 35. Back him up on a 2nd down. And what in the world was that? Why did he throw it to, like, the coaches? What in the world was that, Stafford? One of the goofiest plays I've ever seen in this game is them throwing it deep, incomplete. And I'm still stuck at that one play where he just threw it to the sidelines. What in the world was that? They'll take a field goal, I suppose, as on the other drive. Oh, Jordan Addison wide open, no one near him. And just like that, the Vikings find themselves in field goal range. Justin Jefferson to the 24. Now you move it ahead, 4-yard game on 1st down. As now Dalvin Cook to the edge. Dalvin Cook down to the 5. Can Dalvin punch this in? Handoff. He's at about the half-yard line. Carson under center. Give it to Dalvin Cook. Touchdown, Vikings. And back up by 2 scores they go as the Matthew Stafford offense got to do something here. You got under 4 to play. You need to at least find a field goal on this drive and preferably leave yourself with as much time as possible in all your timeouts, as that completion will get you close to midfield. Got Devontae Adams out of a completion for 9 yards, and Stafford finds Devontae again. So Devontae getting the heavy, burden of being the person that you lean on to get this drive where you're in field goal range, but you got all your timeouts and you're a minute and a half. You're kind of in that in-between, and the Rams do burn a timeout. I don't love that. I don't love that at all as Puka gets the completion. I would have just, at that point, taken the field goal now, waited, and just either tried to get the onside kick or keep all your timeouts and try to get a stop. Instead, you're in this in-between zone where you got the touchdown, but the onside kick now is a requirement because you burned a timeout. Tutu Atwell scores, and the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. And they will, have to get the onside kick, unfortunately. As I guess you would be left with a little bit of time, but really nothing. As, the Vikings scoop things up there. Don't love how they manage things. Either full commit to, keeping your timeouts and going for a field goal or going for a touchdown, or just burn things now and rely on the onside kick, but don't go half and half because that's not really a good idea. This is the only game where also I just forgot to look at the stats. I apologize. I looked at the stats for every game, so 1 out of 31 games in this video. I think that's okay. My bad though. We'll move on to the Buccaneers Commanders game. Winner takes on Minnesota, as Washington is up 10-7. We got some nice jersey clash here. We got the the all creamsicle home jerseys with the logo in the middle of the field, and we got the throwback Washington jerseys as Austin Eckler out of the backfield, and he'll have it for a first down into the red zone. Daniels hands it. Eckler is going to have it at the 12-yard line as they go handoff right back to Eckler. Not much there, no gain. 3rd and 7. Daniels outside to the end zone. Zach Ertz, touchdown, Washington, and a 2-score lead. Some of these final 8 offenses struggling a little bit. The Jaguars struggled, Raiders struggled, Buccaneers right now just 7 points on the board. And even though they have this stacked receiving core, Washington doing a good job right now. Baker is going to get sacked. There's Von Miller, his 3rd sack of the game. And yeah, you get prime Von Miller in there. He's going to make plays, and they have to punt the football down by 10 as Austin Eckler on the screen. They are really leaning on Eckler a lot. As Jaden past midfield, they'll go draw, and Jaden's got a gain of 6 as they spread the field. Throw to the outside. There's Jamison Crowder, and he'll have it at the 31-yard line. First down and 10. Jaden over the middle. Jamison Crowder again, and he'll have 7 more. 2nd down and 3. Daniels will throw outside, and Terry McLaurin. First down and goal. I mean, who do you focus on here as Eckler to the edge? Austin Eckler, touchdown. And man, Washington is looking really hard to beat right now, as we could be, ready for a Washington versus Minnesota final 2 in the NFC. That is a fumble that is going to be overturned, though. Abuka is going to be rolled down. He very clearly was down, but almost completely over for the Buccaneers. 7 minutes to go, down by 3 scores. Evans, first down catch as Baker screen. They get Bucky Irving in space, and he's brought down by Lattimore. Handoff Bucky. I don't know how much you can really afford to run the ball the rest of the way. 3rd and inches. Baker sneaks it. He'll have the first down, but you're taking your time here. 5 minutes left to go in this game. It's been already a lack of urgency a little bit as Baker to the air. He sacked on Newton. 3rd and 12. Mayfield stepping up and running. Baker's got the first down inside the 20. And Washington, I guess, content letting him run, which I don't think is a bad idea. You got to keep that clock ticking, as even if the Bucs score here, you still got a real uphill battle to try to make a comeback in this one. Mayfield is running into the end zone. It's going to be 24-14 with 3 minutes to go. Bucs have all their timeouts, but definitely got to kick the onside here to give yourself a chance, as that kick they touched it way too early. And the Bucs will not be able to get the football back here. Still, though, you get a stop, and it's not impossible. Timeouts being used. You go get a 3 and out here. It can happen, but when Jamison Crowder gets wide open in the flats, I guess not. As Washington, 3rd down and 5, goes outside. Zach Ertz, first down. And yeah, with 3rd and goal, a minute to go, no timeouts. Jaden will just pat on the touchdown. And Washington's going to the Final 4, which means we got a semifinals set and ready to go. We'll take another look at the bracket in a second here. 31-14 though. And yeah, these teams, Patriots, Steelers, Washington, all looked really good. Minnesota, I mean, they did get a pretty tough game, obviously, against that Rams team, but they also looked pretty good, too. They just didn't dominate. Debo, though, goes for 120 on the game. Zach Ertz, 2 touchdowns. And Von Miller, 3 sacks on the day. And Levante David even got a pick as well. But let's take a look at the bracket. Final 4. Steelers, Patriots in the AFC. Vikings, Commanders in the NFC. It is down to 4, and we are going to the AFC first. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Drake May. It is, I mean, you got a defensive front of Highsmith and Watt and Hayward versus a secondary with Gilmore and Christian Gonzalez. So, yeah, there's some really great defensive talent here. And we go to what you'd expect probably from a Patriots versus Steelers game. Low scoring, 7-3, but the Patriots start inside the 10-yard line and they lose yards. Ramondre Stevenson to the 8-yard line as that pass to the end zone's caught for a touchdown. But yeah, it's been real low scoring. I expect that from this incredible defensive matchup here between a great front four and a great secondary as Aaron Rodgers takes over down by 3, gets it to DK Metcalf underneath for a completion, the first down. As at the 35-yard line, they go Jaylen Warren. His hot streak, can it continue as he's going to get 8 yards there? Back to Warren. He's got the first down. And Jaylen Warren to the 46-yard line with 12 to play. Rodgers is going to step up, but Matthew Judon with the sack. 3rd down and 14. Rodgers with the clean pocket. He'll go to the outside to a wide-open Claypool, who's got the first. And that's just too much separation there, given too much space as that pass, that's a nice ball to Claypool for 7 more yards. Claypool's been pretty solid. A solid addition despite being one of the lower overall players that we have just slapped onto a team as he's got it to the 11-yard line. Claypool again as Rodgers underneath. He's got a completion to the 5. 2nd down and 3. Rodgers, and so wide open. Touchdown. And guess who? Jaylen Warren out of the back of the end zone. And the Patriots down by 4 now with 9 minutes to play as Antonio Gibson will have 16 on the play as May to the air will throw for a completion to Stephon Diggs, who's also been really good in these games. As May to the outside, another completion for a first down. And they are driving down the field. Antonio Gibson out of the backfield, making a Patrick Queen tackle fail as it gets brought down by Jalen Ramsey. Now a fake sweep and the handoff, Ramondre Stevenson. Nice job for Ramondre to turn that into a first down. From the 29, Patriots underneath. Jaheim Bell goes for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. As May, he's going to find Demario Douglas inside the 10, and the offenses on both sides waking up. Ramondre Stevenson down to like the inch-yard line. Get it to him again. He's stopped. As now 3rd and goal from the 1, handing it off, and I think that's Antonio Gibson stealing the touchdown. And the Patriots respond against this defense. And Drake May playing a picture-perfect 4th quarter right now as Aaron Rodgers got to respond. Jaylen Warren takes a shot but gets 9 yards on the play as they go fake. And Judon got the pressure in, but Rodgers gets it away to DK for the first. 2nd down and 7 from the 43. Rodgers has Claypool and make it 3rd down and 2. Rodgers also just dicing up the Patriots defense in a clutch situation over the middle. Great hands and a first down with 3 to play as another completion. Rodgers, when's the last time he threw an incomplete pass? 3rd down and 5. Rodgers, another completion. Warren reaching, he doesn't quite have it. And it's 4th down, field goal good for the tie at the 2-minute warning. Inches away, they settle for 3, 17-17. Drake May back on offense, and can he continue this incredible streak that he's had in this 4th quarter as he gets another completion. Drake May with a minute to go, all his timeouts, passes caught Hunter Henry. That's the first one burned at the 44-yard line as there goes Ramondre Stevenson into field goal range. And can it be the Patriots getting their way to the finals as Ramondre to the 21 make that field goal all the more easy. Drake May on their 8 option. Drake May all the way. Touchdown! Drake May takes it the distance. He didn't need to do all of that, but he wants to get the touchdown, be the hero here, and turn things over to the Steelers with 40 seconds to go. Rodgers with 1 timeout, passes caught, and he doesn't get out of bounds. Clock keeps on running, and they had to burn the timeout as that pass to Jonnu Smith is caught, and they'll be down to just 12 seconds to play. Pass outside is caught by Claypool, gets out of bounds. You have maybe a shot or 2 at the end zone here as a Hail Mary. Rodgers down the field, incomplete. 3 seconds to go. 1 last play. Rodgers is going to throw quickly. Caught but short. Jonnu Smith just not even close. Patriots are going to the finals over the Steelers in a close but entertaining game. Defenses were the story in the first 3 quarters, then the offenses woke up and both quarterbacks got to work, and Drake May looked like he was playing like a little bit maybe even like a prime Aaron Rodgers on that fourth quarter run, as like a very balanced spread of targets everywhere. No one got more than 6 catches, but a bunch of guys got 5 and 6. As now, who is going to be playing the Patriots in the finals? Vikings Commanders in the NFC Finals, as Carson Wentz against one of his former teams taking on Washington, and he is up 21-14, and Dalvin Cook has got a spin move into the red zone. Vikings are in control right now, and Minnesota has got it to the 10-yard line, and they are very much primed to go up by 2 scores. Wentz on third down. Jefferson is tracked down short, and the Vikings will take a field goal. Regardless, it is a 2-score game, 24-14, and Jaden Daniels needs to do something big here on this drive. Gotta at least find a field goal as they throw underneath Jamison Crowder for the first down. As from the 37, first down, they throw it out to Austin Eckler, who's got a close first down call. They don't give it to him. 2nd and inches. Jaden outside, and Jamison Crowder getting a bunch of targets his way. As from the 33, Daniels will run for Jaden with a lot of room and give him a 18-yarder as Daniels down the middle. Deebo Samuel, they very quickly find the end zone and will make it a 3-point game with 9:30 to go. Wentz takes over as he's running around. Carson goes down. Jerzon Newton, 3rd and 23 for Wentz. He's throwing one deep. He's got Jefferson, incomplete. And a nice job there to cover Jefferson one-on-one. Washington takes over in great field position. Eckler on the screen, breaking a tackle. And Eckler, tough to bring down. He'll get 6 yards as they'll be at the 46-yard line. Jaden, play action. Throwing it deep. He's got a stab. It's Deebo Samuel again. Touchdown. Washington. Deebo goes back to back and puts them on top. Just like that, as now the defense, Jerome Payne gets going. 2nd and 14, and Jefferson has got 12 on the play. 3rd down and 2. Wentz got a completion for the first down to Addison, who takes a shot from Wagner but hangs on as Wentz play action. Throwing outside, and that's a completion again. Thielen this time. 6 minutes to go. They go Dalvin Cook's way, and Dalvin slipping through, getting 6 more. Inside Washington territory with under 6 to go. Dalvin Cook has another first down run. Vikings well on their way to getting a lead right back. But Von Miller! Strip sack, but the Vikings keep it. 3rd and 17. And another sack out of field goal range. And Jerzon Newton coming up big. And now the Vikings got to punt it. And what a disastrous final 2 plays on that drive as Washington takes over, and Terry, first down, 3 minutes to go, and the Vikings are in trouble now as Deebo gets a catch for a gain of 6, and Washington can put the game away here as they'll run. First down, and Jaden Daniels, big run. One more first down and this game is over as 2nd down and 9, play action. Jaden is running. Jaden Daniels will put an end to it. First down, out of timeout, and Washington was down by 10, but they did not even have a glimpse, a slight amount of worry in them. Their defense really got going in the pass rush, and Jaden Daniels delivered. Jamison Crowder with a 100-yard game as a 2.5 sack performance from Von Miller. Jerome Payne with 2. Jerzon Newton 1.5, which takes us to the finals. And how about this? Number 2 overall pick versus number 3 overall pick. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and a stacked defense versus a stacked defense. Great matchup here. I think that this is, I don't know what the most popular voted finals would be. I feel like Washington would be a pretty heavy favorite, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would maybe pick the Steelers. I don't know how many people would have picked the Patriots to get all the way here. I think they would have been up there for the AFC. But, hey, can they take out a Washington team that I just do think is the best team? They have, I think, the top to bottom best roster in this sim, in this video. And it will be up to the Patriots to see if they can be the ones to take them out. Or will Washington be the ones to solve this Patriot defense that has been pretty dang great throughout this video, as they were able to do their thing against Josh Allen. They were able to take out Trevor Lawrence. They were able to take out Aaron Rodgers. And now, will they be able to take out Jaden Daniels? It's 21-17 at the start of the fourth quarter, where Drake May has the football in scoring range, and now into the red zone with the completion. As at the 18-yard line, handoff, Ramondre Stevenson up the middle, and Ramondre Stevenson to the 3-yard line. The Patriots could go up by 2 scores. Yes, they will. Antonio Gibson, he scored a touchdown in like 3 straight games, and this one against his former team. 28-17. Jaden Daniels was down by 10 against the Vikings, now down by 11 against the Patriots. Can he figure this one out as well? 2nd down and 7 from the 24. Over the middle. Oh, Deebo Samuel! As he can outrun the defense. 1 man to beat. And Deebo Samuel! What a 2 fourth quarters in a row for him. Deebo makes it a 1-score game again. And Washington for 2, as they are going to throw one out to Eckler. Not going to get there. Patriots still got the lead as Drake May takes over 28-23 and a deep shot into double coverage, and that could have been picked. But no, Drake will keep the football, throw outside, and Diggs stays in bounds, and he gets the first. So now a new set of downs, 34-yard line, they go screen, as Ramondre will get 3. They go to 3rd down and 7. May will find his man, Hunter Henry, getting free, and Hunter Henry into field goal range. With 10 minutes to go, they go. Diggs stopped. Dorrance Armstrong with the tackle for loss, as 2nd down and 12. They go with Demario Douglas for a 1st down after a broken tackle. And the Patriots offense now is the one looking like the dominant force, as Ramondre for 10. Back to Stevenson. Back to a 1st down and back inside the 10-yard line. Goal to go it basically, as Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown New England. And man, this offense, I think they waited till the best time to play their best game, as kickoff deep is going to be returned, and a big hit! And the Patriots recover a fumble on the kickoff. And they got it right back in the red zone. 3rd down and 5. May is throwing for a diving grab. Douglas, as they go play action. May, touchdown. Stephon Diggs, and the Patriots have just dropped 40 plus on this Washington team. As Jaden, you didn't even get a chance there with that drive, as your kick return fumbled. And like, that is just so disappointing for Jaden in this Washington offense, but you still have a little bit of time to pull something off here. 6 minutes to go and clock ticking. Jaden on the carry. He fumbles, but is scooped up by his teammate. He'll sneak it for the 1st down. But man, you're really running out of chances here, as they are driving it down the field with a Zach Ertz 1st down. 32-yard line. Daniels, time, runs it. 1st down. And Daniels will fall ahead. 4 minutes to go. Clock is running under that, as they go Ertz for another 10 yards. Like, they are moving it well. It's just a big deficit, as Daniels will find himself at the 1-yard line. Under 3 to go. Jaden to the air. He's dancing around. He's looking. He's just going to take it himself and a touchdown. To make it a 2-score game with under 3 to go. You have all your timeouts, but you're probably going to try an onside kick here, and that is going to be the big thing. Can you put this one in a good spot? As no. And that could very well be the end here, as Washington, they do got their timeout, so they can get a stop, but a 1st down run immediately is going to hurt their chances. 3rd down, though, they do end up getting the stop here. We'll have the 2-minute warning, so they're out of timeouts, and New England will punch in a field goal to keep it a 2-score game, but Washington would need a big touchdown here and to get an onside kick and to score again. And along the way, they got to get a 2-point conversion, as Jaden to the outside, caught for Ertz, but just 30 seconds to play. I mean, it's just not happening for Washington. Crowder fumbles the football, and for good measure, this New England defense puts an end to it. And even though Washington put up 30 on this Patriot defense, it was the Patriot offense and Drake May who were able to get the job done. 30-45, Patriots win it. And there's the answer to your question. We put everybody in their primes, and they ran through the entire league for the victory. A well-deserved win for the Patriots. And let me know what you thought of a video like this. I want to keep on trying new ideas, and I'm just kind of throwing things out there, seeing what sticks, seeing what, things draw interest from you guys. If you want to see something like this, more like put people in their primes, or maybe do this with like all-time teams, or, do something in college football where I give players or teams their best players, or whatever, something like that for simulations, tournaments, whatever the case is. Any sort of ideas like that. Like, comment, and subscribe, and that especially helps me know what you guys really like to see and what you want to see for variety and everything like that. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you guys all in the next one.